Somebody's got their YouTube playing.
Yeah, you know who that is.
Sorry. I was lighting the mining lamp.
That was me. I always leave it on. How you doing, everybody?
Well, it was two of us then.
Welcome to Friday night chat with Gold Eagle and friends. Let me get my let's see. Give a shout out to everybody in the chat here. We got T-Rep Adventures. How you doing? We got Reg Lab. He's always in the house. How you doing, Reg?
Good to see
you.
you.
You guys is in transit. Oh, I'm here. Who else we got out there?
I'm here.
We got
Good to know.
let's see over there in the lower corner. We got Burkle Cerakote on the panel with us tonight. We got Rock Butcher. We got Jim from Ashakura Mining out there in by Pikes Peak.
Yep.
We got my sluice going over here in the middle on the top there. And Jericho, Hercules, and the little guy. We can't leave the little guy out. Zeus.
And the Zeus monster.
Well, welcome, everybody.
Zaxxon's in the house. I am Zaxxon. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, all right. I missed a few. Bobby in
Always-
the basement. Yeah,
Always
coming
enjoy
down
your
here.
shorts.
Yep. I'll have to say all.
Bacchus 573. How you doing? Welcome. Well, what we're going to do tonight, I don't know. We're going to have probably some serious discussions. I got my sluice running. We're going to run. This is what I'm going to propose to do. I got this big bag of dirt here. And it's a lot of dirt to do. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do half and half with this. I'm going to run half of it through my sluice box and give everybody an idea of how much gold we're getting. And then through the course of the night, through our discussions and everything like that, I'm probably going to pan out the rest of it on a video for tomorrow. So if you want to find out how much gold we're getting out of this huge bag, you're going to have to tune in and see the video for the conclusion.
There you go.
Can I give you some
I'm
advice
trying-
right off the hop, Joe?
I'm trying some tactics, to get my watch hours up a little bit, maybe get some
Excellent.
content out there. I've been doing the live videos. I haven't had time to put content out there, so this is going to give us a chance.
Can I
Little
give
by
you some advice, Joe?
Yes, sure.
If you hold the bag up like that and shake it like this and say, okay, I'm going to do half of it now and half of it tomorrow. Tonight you're going to get SFA, and tomorrow you're going to get a boatload. So give it a good
Yeah, I'll mix
Turn
it
it
up
all around.
See, if you're going to do that much, you might as well go ahead and classify it.
There you go. Yeah.
We'll see as we go along. We'll see some gold in the sluice, hopefully. So we'll make a judgment from there how much we're going to do. We got somebody. We got him working hard in the corner over there. He looks like he's all get it up to do some work over there. What's going on there,
Bradley.
Bradley?
He's in his garage.
Brad, I got it. Yeah. What's going on? What are you going to be doing down there in the corner? Brad, am I muted?
We're talking to you, Burkle.
Burkles, Turkles.
He must be muted.
He can't hear us. Hello.
Let's
Make it big.
You.
Yeah. You're muted.
We
Can't
can't
hear
hear you.
Oh, the air compressor's running.
Oh, all right.
That's
That
why
makes
you
a lot-
can't hear us. The air compressor's running.
That's more or less what we were talking about. He's going to be doing some Cerakoting over there, and more than likely he's got his compressor running, and that's why he's muted. So
He's got a live reveal tomorrow night.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, there. I was just explaining. I was asking what you were doing over there. If you were going to show us how the Cerakote works, and
whenever I do spraying and stuff, I make sure I hit the mute, because if that air compressor kicks on, nobody's going to hear any of you guys. So I always hit mute before I walk away.
Jonathan Brewer, how you doing? Oh, we have another reveal tonight. Unless did we reveal last night? Was it? Yeah, I think I showed it on Charlie. I'm gonna wait till where's
Yeah, we saw that reveal last night.
yeah, where's Rusty Magnets? He texted me today.
He said
He's
back.
in. He's in. Yeah, I'm gonna have to drop out, and you can let him in.
Is he down there? There he is.
Does it say it's full?
Oh yeah, we're full. All right.
All right.
Drop camera number 1 for him. You're not paying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I could do that. Hold on.
I'm not going to be on for real long myself, so eventually somebody else can come up.
Let's see. I can drop camera number 1 for now, and there he. All right.
There's Rusty.
We had some technical difficulty on getting the camera. I had to drop a camera, so. But we'll get that later. There he is, Rusty Magnets. What's happening, man?
Not much.
Claybert.
How's it going?
I'm not in the garage working on your stuff.
So we got to see a little something before we went live that you didn't get to see, and haha, you can wait until tomorrow.
That's right.
What did we get to see?
It's a secret.
Nothing. It's a secret.
Nothing.
Hey there.
Gee whiz.
How's it going, man?
Mr. Asador, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right, considering. Doing all right.
So is Jen paying the gold? That's what we're all wanting to know.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Well, she's got it over there. She's coming actually right now.
I'm hoping that A&M Prospected shows up today because he just posted a video, and I gotta give him a little bit of guidance before he goes out and spends days and days and days looking for stuff where he's not going to find it.
Yeah, I went live for about 30 minutes earlier today, letting everybody know I'm getting ready to make a schedule and get a few things together when I get ready to do the a Prospector's Eye podcast thing. Going to incorporate all the different fields and everything that's under this big umbrella of ours, which is adventure and treasure seeking. And I mentioned a lot of y'all in there and everything.
That's nice.
I remember you saying, I was on your live, you said you could talk all day about diorite with Rockwitcher.
Yeah.
I just thought I'd show you that.
That's what they were talking about drilling through on that movie, the 33.
That's 5 grams per ton all day.
Oh man.
Sweet.
David Rose.
And it's just,
How are you?
there's nothing special about it except it's got a, that's probably too much light. It's just got a really low, it's got about 5% sulfide content, and that's 5 grams all day.
Kevin, glad to hear you got your package in the mail, and you said it looks like the post guy was trying to eat it.
Speaking of
I
packages,
see we got Tom Moore in the house. How you doing?
I don't have my comments up, so I didn't see that Kevin was here. Yeah, Kevin, I sent a package to your grandmother through the mail. She'll finally be able to hear you. It's an inside joke, of course.
Figured that.
Joe needs his hearing aids in, so he's not yelling when Luann's going to bed.
Oh well, I didn't put him in again today. Well, Claybert, where's Jen?
she's coming. Jen,
He's off on somewhere.
she ran off and she's coming though now.
Tell her I
Yes.
got something to show her.
So whenever I pick up my schedule and all that, Rusty, I'll probably use you and Jen as some of my first people to talk about magnet fishing, since, my dialogue so far has been with you more specific than other people.
Okay.
I mean, I could
appreciate
always ask, I do want to eventually have Roseanne and Rob Ransom over there in the UK come on and talk about the same thing, because it'd be nice to have the British perspective versus what you guys are doing too. So that would be pretty cool if I could get all that going on eventually, and it will come to pass. But
Sure.
I still have to decide what's going to be first, and the likelihood probably would be for me to hook up with Jim and talk, whether we talk about diorite at first and talk about the movie, The 33, which, am I correct, Jim, when you said that you worked down in that desert down there?
I was down in the Atacama in Chile, yeah.
Yeah.
Was it diorite or was it andesite they were in?
It was either diorite or granodiorite.
Okay.
At least that's what they said in the movie.
I didn't watch the movie, but I followed the event very closely, being in the industry, and I could probably speak to that. Although there's probably a number of investors out there that don't want to hear what I have to say about that kind of stuff.
And you had a question in chat, Jim.
Sorry, is there anything special about Danburlite? I've never heard of it.
What did he call it?
Danburlite?
Danburlite. DANBUR light.
Can't say I ever heard of it unless it's specific to a guy named Dan.
Do I have to go on? That's the problem, Bacchus, with like things like Uperlite. You don't go to university and learn about stuff like that. That's something that, some distinct geographic group of people, that's what they call sodalite, right? Danburlite, I'll go get my Bible. I don't mind, but I've
Jen's
never
looking
heard
it
of
up.
it.
Hey, Jen's looking it up right now.
Oh, okay.
It says it's a
Dan Herdland.
calcium boron silicate mineral with a chemical formula. It's got a crystal habit.
What's the chemical formula?
Chemical
Including
Dan Herdlight?
CaB2 SiO4.
Oh, I tried to pick you up. Okay, where's your
Yeah, it's definitely a silicate. SiO4, that's definitely a silicate.
Never heard of it.
Somebody made large wrong window.
It's say the first two again. Boron or
The first two are going to be Ca.
okay, calcium
B2.
and what?
Chilling.
B2.
Yep.
So two borons
I don't know if you can see it or not.
And silicate.
and so
Then it's
Bobby.
SiO4.
yeah, SiO4 is just it's silicate. Silica is quartz. SiO2 is quartz. It's the most common mineral on the surface of the earth.
It says
But,
it's named after the city Danbury, Connecticut, where the mineral was first described, though
Okay.
no gem grade material has come from Danbury.
That's not far from me, Danbury.
Danbury.
No.
Said must be a local thing here in Connecticut, he said.
You stumped the geo.
Oh,
We'll have to have Joe go over there and chip us a couple of
I'm
things.
gonna send you, just for stumping me, I'm gonna send you a bag of my pulps.
Oh,
Congrats.
hey, Jen.
Claybert,
hold
did
on,
you
hold
know
on.
the new magnet came out today?
which one?
I don't know. Tin Man just asked that in chat.
No.
I did not know that. Nobody told me a lot on Kratos.
Kevin Rose says Danbury, they make those
Get on the
caramel
phone with
eggs,
the boss
right?
man.
Kevin Rose, they don't make the caramel eggs there. That's Cadbury, not Danbury. Anyways, no, I did not do the panning because I was sick the last, I don't know how many weeks. So I haven't done nothing. So yesterday, well, that and I haven't had my medication. So I've been kind of a jerk and I've been sleeping a lot.
That's the new one.
Yeah.
So,
Ooh, I like it.
I like that. Oh, I really like that.
Joe, you need to get that one Cerakoted too.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, right.
I like
Sarah coat
that.
the arm. Go ahead, Jonathan Brewer. Try to stop me.
Yeah, I really like that.
Yeah, it'd really make it stand out on the skin. Put some copper in it. Yeah, that's a good idea.
I think I got a spot. I could get a matching one like right here. I got a whole empty spot.
Ooh,
A
It
whole
only if
that's prime real estate.
Yeah, it is. I got
if
I got
we
empty back here too. I got two empties. But no, so yeah, I haven't done it yet, but all day yesterday, because I was medicated yesterday.
Thank
I-
you, Lord.
Yeah. So all day yesterday, I was doing this for Jericho.
Oh
Yay.
man.
That's nice.
And it comes in fluffy sized.
I put it on the. Can you see me? I put it on the
Yep.
back, so if you get the front dirty, you still have a clean back.
Nice.
And if people try to come up behind you, they can see who you are.
There you go.
And then
Here's the other ones you were waiting for, Jericho.
Oh, look at Hercules.
Oh man.
it looks light, but this is actually reflective.
That's the reflective material.
Nice.
So
Is that Van Dam? Is that for the dog to wear?
That's for the dog.
it's for the dog. Well, I guess if he wanted to wear it, he could too, but
Okay. Yeah.
He and I might have to fight for that one.
and then this one didn't really want to fold real well or like iron when it was folded, so it's a little bit like weird looking, like creases.
Oh, that's
in it.
awesome too.
But this is reflective also.
Cool.
I know
Oh,
Adam
nice.
from these dirty paws. Adam was definitely.
So I figured that the reflective would be the best for him so that, you know, I know he likes to wander on occasion. I mean, not like a bad wander, but like a good wander. So if anybody tries to get jazzy in their vehicles, they'll see him.
There we go.
So, or if you have him out at nighttime. So,
Fucking hey, that's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, he loves everybody. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Here I thought Jonathan was going to try to stump me on a geological question, and I was about to say you got about an 80% chance of stumping me. And then he comes out with, "What year was I born?" Okay,
There was no limit to the question. Just
69.
a rock butcher. Oh, he's young. He's probably 91.
91.
And then I
If you
also
were born in
yesterday
91,
did.
I was out of the infantry by that point. I was a retired platoon commander. You are a young punk. Sorry, Jen.
No, you're fine. I also did hot mess fishing.
Turn the light off for a second, buddy.
Turn that light off.
Alicia,
Yep.
Yep.
I did her LED light. It's kind of, I've got the film on the back still because I didn't want to pull it off for her. Turn it off.
Nice try, Phil.
I didn't want to pull it off for her.
Yeah, turn it.
Oh, hold on. Let me turn this down. I didn't want to pull it off. I wanted her to do it because, you know, I didn't want it to be all jazzy when she got it. So it's kind of.
The back film is still on here. So it looks
oh, somebody's YouTube's not muted.
No,
Oh,
that's
there
Jen
you go.
talking.
It's my phone talking.
That's Jen talking.
Sorry.
color.
Very
So
nice.
Jen- that was one of our viewers that we have over on our channel won one of our giveaways, and that was one of the things that she wanted was a LED engraved light up of her channel. So Jen got on that and was able to make that happen for her.
She won Charlie's 1,000 sub treasure box with like $2,000 worth of shit in it. She's lucky.
All right, I'm going to start classifying this while you guys are having. We're going to do a little sluicing tonight.
No, it's like,
We're going to sluice half of this,
I'm
and
gonna
then
mix
the
it
other
up.
half I'm going to make a video tomorrow morning and
taking notes.
see what we get for the rest of it.
Mix it up good, Charlie.
How
Charlie,
many-
Joe.
What do you do, Joe?
Hi, Summer.
Hi, Summer.
There's going to be some notes right here too.
How many screen sizes are you going to do, Joe?
Well, this is already pretty cut down. I'm gonna classify it down to 20 mesh, and I think that should work.
Yeah.
I got a 20 mesh classifier in here, and we're gonna.
He's 40. You have to do the math from 40.
40?
That's my guess. 1980.
So the new magnet that came out today is the Olympus 4,600 pound double sided magnet.
4,600 pounds.
Yep.
That's a big boy. That's a big magnet right there.
You better have a truck.
So that's going to be like a double sided. So that's going to be like what Gold Eagle is using as double sided. That when you throw it out, you're able to pull it. So it's going to have the two eyes.
And how big is it?
4,600 pounds.
4,600. Wow.
So it's probably going to weigh about 10 pounds. That's the
Make my little 1,100 look like a refrigerator magnet.
I was gonna say that belongs on a crane in a junkyard, man. 4,600 pounds of pulling force. Jesus.
That just means Rusty can now pull out old cars out of the river too.
I know what it is now. He's in competition with Elijah. See which of them can end up doing the most, because they did that kind of collab video of theirs at live that they did 4 or 5 days ago.
Yeah, that's got to be close to, like, I think we were looking at it the weight wise, and it's got to be close to 5,000 pounds.
Oh, that was New Year's.
Yeah,
New Year's. Yeah, I watched that because they went live for a while, then he switched off, and then they switched over to Elijah, and Elijah went live for a while. So I saw a portion of it and everything for both of y'all, but I didn't catch all of it.
Did you see me fall? I broke my arm.
No, I didn't see you fall, but I know y'all were trying to avoid that 30-foot long pipe.
Oh, yeah, that was bad.
That wasn't as bad.
Hey, I was right with 1980. Whoop, whoop.
I got to keep my camera tilted up so that way Rusty and Jen don't see what I'm doing.
Yeah. We got to see. We got some pre-show teasers, Jen. All I'm going to say is Jen's going to say, "Hey, Clay, this ain't yours."
Yeah.
We're actually going to be doing that. We're going to be on tomorrow night, Brad. We're going to be tomorrow night at my parents' live.
That's fine.
We're going to be taking our laptop with tomorrow, so that way we can have a little bit of,
quiet.
What time on? What time are y'all going on?
It's
7 p.m. What time is yours? What time?
I'm 7 Eastern Standard.
Yeah,
It's going to be 6.
6 Central. It's right now. It's 6:53 here, so we would have been live for about 53 minutes now.
Oh, that's right. You're in Central Time. That's right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I'm an
He's
hour
a
behind.
cheesehead.
They got that weird time.
Cheesehead.
I was thinking you're in Eastern Time like Joe. I'm sorry.
Gotcha.
But I'm in Mountain Time.
Rock Butcher is further west than me and Claybert, and he's in Eastern Time. How about that?
That's it. That's it. If you look at the timelines, it goes through Canada, and then it skips all the way across Lake Superior to the east, and it goes down through Wisconsin.
Yeah, it's kind
I
of
can
weird.
throw a baseball across the Central Time Zone line from my house, but it's close. But yeah, it's bizarre.
It's all right. Don't worry, Rusty. If you guys can't see the reveal tomorrow, we'll just reveal it without you.
And no, I told my mom, like, I'll be taking the laptop. Mom's like, I've always wanted to watch how. First of all, like, my mom absolutely despises Jen and I doing our YouTube thing and stuff like that. But she's like, I'll watch to see how you guys do it. It'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah. I'm totally joking. Like, if I did that,
his wife
between your wife and my wife, there would be nothing left. So
I feel bad.
I would run.
Dude, she's got a deadly aim. She could throw.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh yeah, I got ninja skills.
That's okay. My wife does too.
Why do women?
You want to enlighten him? Enlighten them on
I could do
ninja
that.
skills?
No.
Yeah.
Some things are just better on.
No,
unspoken.
we'll enlighten them. So we were at a I don't know, get together, we'll say, and So he's hanging out, talking, whatever. He's drinking. I'm drinking, but I'm sitting by the house and it's dark. We're just out by like street light. That's all the light we had. So I'm sitting by the house. It's dark. Okay. I'm by myself. I'm in a chair, minding my business. I've got my beer in my hand. Beer in my hand. There's 2 tasers floating around. 2. Okay. I have brass knuckles on me. He thinks it's funny to come up to me and be like, "Zzz," but not tase me, just make the sound and touch me with it. I drop my beer. Oh, what? I dropped my beer. I'm mad.
That's alcohol abuse right there.
Exactly. I'm mad. I'm minding my business. Now I drop my beer. He's got his. I can't run. I have one leg. I'm not going to run, nor am I going to try to run. So he's about, I don't know, halfway down the block.
No, it wasn't that far. It was a couple. That's probably 30 feet.
It was more than that. It was about 3 houses down.
It's about 30 feet.
About 3 houses down. He liked to not say it was that far. It was about 3 houses down. I get up. I grab my brass knuckles, I guess, like this, sideways. And it's dark out, street light. And I throw him. Throw him at him. He's holding his bottle like this. Hits it. Shatters everything. But the base.
The bottle blew up in my hand.
Dude, that's got to be a woman thing because my wife could throw behind her and hit me in the head. Like, I swear. Like, she's got crack shot freaking aim.
Well, he comes up behind me and's constantly messing with me. I don't look. I just kick back like a horse. And every time I'm either, it's waist down that he's getting hit in. And it's always the fake leg that gets him.
Y'all should be happy you're not married to a Mongolian wife because mine could shoot you stone dead with a bow from 200 yards on a horseback. So,
yeah. Dude, she's got like her leg is
on the live stream this morning.
Can you guys see me over here?
Yeah, we can see you, Joe.
Yeah, here, let's put Joe up in the big picture.
No, while you're talking, I'm going to be starting to do this. Can you see this?
Yeah, we can see you. We'll put you on the big screen.
Yeah, we can see you.
All right.
While he's doing that, Clay and Jen,
There you go.
I've got a question for you guys. Because believe it or not, as a geologist, I have one of the tools that I use is a magnetometer, which studies the magnetic field of the rocks beneath me as it's interacting with the current magnetic field of the earth, right? Mm-hmm. And based on that, it gives me an awful lot of information.
Yep.
So I understand very, very well how a magnet works. And you've got force lines coming out of the North Pole and they go into the South Pole of the magnet. And it forms a sphere around that magnet. It depends on the shape of the magnet, of course. But if you've got a bipole, 2-polar magnet, then that's what you get.
Yep.
And I also understand electromagnetics because that's another tool that we use. And so things like radio waves and when you and other waves that are up into the higher bands that we use to actually study conductivity and things like that in the rock. And I do know that if you have 2 things, I mean, heaven forbid you've got 2 at diametrically opposite poles, then you're going to, the force, the vector lines of the one is going to cancel out the vector lines of the 2, and it's not going to work. If you've got them at right angles, what you're doing is you're setting up nodes where you're going to have amplification of the attraction, but you're also going to have other nodes where it is subtracted. If you follow me, where the two, where the force lines cross each other. And so how does that work when you say you've got a bidirectional magnet? Like, I mean, a magnet in theory is a spherical thing, it's going to attract anything all the way around it. So if you take one magnet this way, assuming that this one is, the poles are this way, and this one where the poles are this way, you're going to end up in that field with interference patterns, and it won't be as effective.
Right.
So
And
can you explain to me how that?
The 360, I'm sure you're talking about like the 360s, the way the 360s would work. Because the 360 magnet is like, okay, so let's just say that this is the magnet, like a 360, because they're usually a rectangle shape or a cylinder shape like this. But what it is ends up being is that the whole magnet itself is like a giant ball, basically, of magnetic. I'm trying to think how to explain it.
Where's the pole?
That's how about this? I'm going to find out for you. I'm going to get back to you on that.
Yeah. Well, like when I was talking about this with Jericho, it was like I said, you know what, dude, this is totally beyond my understanding. Like if I've got a bipole magnet and you introduce another bipole, I mean, we all know what happens when you put two magnets together, but if you force them into a situation, say you fix them in with epoxy, what happens to the magnetic field of attraction that goes on around them? And I could see there being places where it's amplified, and there's places where it's nullified, it gone to zero.
It doesn't with these magnets, they don't fight each other. They automatically attract, and it intensifies their power. It makes the field bigger.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure about that, because I after Jericho asked me about it, I went looking into it, and when you put two magnets on, like say one magnet here, if you think about the pole passing through the palm of my hand, okay, when you put one magnet there and one magnet there, so in theory you've got a 360 degree magnet. What I found was that the moment of magnitude, which the attraction, if you want to call it that, of the magnet is actually the square root of 2 times. So you take each number, what's the moment of magnitude of this? How much attraction is it? So this one's 1,000, this one's 1,000, and you put them like this, and all of a sudden you get the square root of 2,000, which is less than you thought. So, like, I don't know. This is where I need a physicist. Jim,
I'm gonna do a little bit of research for you. I'm
Answer
gonna get
that
back to you on that.
Wouldn't it just end up being more lines of force instead of she's saying the field?
Well, because I mean, what happens when you get field lines of force crossing at 90 degrees? Maybe they don't interact, but the second they start curving and going around, you're going to get nodes where those things are starting to, the vectors are canceling each other out, right?
You would think so. Yeah, I'm finding out right now.
Okay, so it's kind of like with the
Sorry to get nerdy on you guys here in the chat.
You're good. That's a good question, and it's something
so
that
Ben kind of explained it like with ours. So my clamp versus your Titan. My clamp is stronger than your Titan.
Because yours is double-sided.
Might be a good question for my friend Calvin, because he's got a PhD in physics, and he probably could explain that a lot better.
Probably the perfect guy to explain.
What Ben kind of explained it is with what you're saying with the crossing. Like I use a 3,600-pound magnet, so it's crossing 12, 24, or it'd be actually like an X basically. So we got 12, 24, 36.
But his is a 360.
It's a 360. Hers is a 2,400-pound clamp, which is just your normal north and south pole, which in return is 1,200. 1,200 combined is 2,400 pound. Because what these magnets are is when you have the 3,600 pound, that's a combined pulling force
all the way around.
So what I'm
if I divided by 4, mine's only divided by 2 then in turn. So my magnet is essentially stronger than his.
Then you may be talking about exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Where it's the square root of twice the magnetic moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Because
saying.
you
So if you
expect
take two
from some
single
direction-
magnets and you put them together, they make one
From-
like stronger magnet. But if you take two big like 360s and put them together, it's
Well, what I'm saying is that from
They're all
some
divided.
directions, like if you've got a 1,000 pound magnet and you mix it put with another 1,000 pound magnet, from some directions you might get 3,000 pounds of pull
Mhm.
because it's amplified at that point in the magnetic field. But at other points you'll get 50 pounds because
Yeah.
the fields have annulled each other.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just happy I got in the field and started actually mining because that kind of PhD stuff is beyond me. I can read them. I got 84% in fourth year geophysics. So, and my geophysics prof wanted me to do a thesis on magnetics, but I chose chemistry anyway.
and not all magnets are created equal. Because we've had
some bad batches.
well, not even that, but we've had like some sponsors and we've had some Amazons and we've had some whatevers, and they were all same 2,400 pound pull, 2,400 pound pull, and they all didn't pull the same.
Really?
Some were some pulled less, some pulled more.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some.
Well, that's China for you.
Well,
I was gonna say, are they all made with the same exact material?
That's what I'm saying.
They're all neodymiums, but each
Some have different platings on them.
They say neodymium.
Yeah.
Right. But the thing is, too, like she was saying, we had a company we were with prior that what ended up happening was they used a chrome plating on it, and it actually knocked down the magnetic force because of whatever reason the chrome plating over it would interfere with the polarity.
Yep.
And now the ones that we use now are actually have like an aluminum case around it, so it's not going to interfere so much. Like the magnet itself is actually in an aluminum case that doesn't interfere so much. So you have when they say you have the 3,600 pounds, it's a combined pulling force of 3,600 pounds now, not versus like let's say we used to use 1,200 pound single sided magnets, and it had the chrome plating on it. It ended up being maybe 900 to 1,000 pounds.
Yeah.
What does the word neodymium mean?
It's an element.
It's an element?
It's a material, rare earth.
Rare earth element, yeah.
Just like in platinum, you got 6 different actual named elements of platinum group metals. So it's not just platinum. You got iridium and palladium and osmium and rubidium.
Yep.
Hey, Rusty.
Yo.
I think Jericho's right. You're not getting this knife. It's Jen's.
Nice.
Like, there's no way I'm letting you take a sneak peek, Jen.
Son of a bitch.
But I'm doing it right now, and you know how you ask for like patina?
Mm-hmm.
It's pardon my French, YouTube, but it's fucking sexy.
That's
What he's really saying is he screwed up on the powder coating, and he's going to call it patina. So I'm just joking.
Hell, Rusty may not even get this knife. I might just keep this one.
no,
Yeah, you have to make another one.
How's it going there, Joe? You've been silent. You've been silent for a long while. How's the process going?
Who are you talking to me? I was listening to the conversation. That's some intense conversation you guys were having.
You're the host of this
You're all
show.
scientific.
I've been watching.
I'm getting everything back together. We just shut down the sluice. We did a nice portion of it. We got some shinies up there. We're gonna clean it up and see what it has to say.
Right on.
We got everybody here that's supposed to be here. Good. All right. We got by without using the camera, so that did good.
Well, we
Let
had
me-
it on for a little bit. We saw
You
you.
want to keep the camera to view your thing, let me know. I'll go ahead and drop out.
Oh, I'm good. We can all hang out. I have no problem. We'll
Well,
just do that on my camera. We'll. I don't have to have the other camera in. I was thinking of dropping me out and putting that camera up, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to lose me, because I don't know. Maybe I'm.
It's
I'm
okay.
the
I
host
can
of the
bring.
show.
I can bring you back. I got the keys. I can bring you back.
Yeah.
I thought Mirko was the key man.
Yeah, Bacchus. We'll take it easy. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
see
you don't-
some of Burkle is
You
in the
don't want.
house.
You don't want that prize, buddy.
WK, how you doing? Welcome.
Yeah, speaking of which, Summer, you need to get down here so I can show you this on the side of the camera so Jen can't see it.
If you're really,
Summer just
Sorry, guys.
messaged me privately.
Before
Saying it
Bacchus
like
heads,
On the eyes of the monitor.
before
I'm
Bacchus
excited to see it now, dude. Like, you got me, like,
Stop
See ya.
pushing me.
She's back there peeping. You said 3 or 4 times. She knows. She's got their eyeballs glued on those monitors.
Bacchus, if you're still here, now that you've left, if you really, really, really want a bag of that stuff, go to my channel, and you'll get my email address and shoot me an email, send me your address, and I'll send you a bag of that powder.
Who'd we lose? We
You
lost
won't
somebody.
thank me for it.
Jericho dropped out.
here we go.
Oh.
By the way, too, Asakura, I put in the private chat to the email, my email address. So
Do I have it? I have it, right?
Yeah, but Asakura doesn't have it because we were
Oh.
talking about when he just starts doing his podcasts. That way he's got it for
All right.
information. Dude, Google does not.
Oh, okay. Thank you. My packet's on. Sorry to interrupt.
You
All
know,
right. I've got it copied.
So
I really hope you can
You guys
see this.
continue over there. I'm going to move the camera and face it this way so we can dump out the sluice box.
Is Jim saying he hopes we can see this?
I said no. I was saying I really hope that tomorrow during the live, during the reveal, I really hope that they can see like what I'm seeing, because cameras don't do justice very often.
no, the hell
Yeah.
they don't.
So
Yeah.
I love it. I'm literally sitting here just Googling it with my eyes and just freaking. They're sitting over there like.
It's like my friend Shimon with cakes. He sees cakes, he starts drooling. Like,
So Rock Butcher wanted to give you a little quick update on how the 360. So this is what I'm taking from it. The poles are obviously the strongest part of the magnet.
Yep.
And because of the magnetic lines on the field are closest to them, like you were saying, is what's causing the whole. Because so when you have the magnet, you're having that whole ball go around. So what the magnet itself, the 360 itself, is just basically going to be going like this with the polarity lines.
Correct.
So it's basically a magnet, but they 360.
Yeah.
Because it's got the top, bottom, and sides and stuff like that are all magnetic.
Yes.
So that's what I'm getting. I don't know if that answered the question.
No, it didn't.
Okay.
Because when you get
Literally everything you just said.
one
Yeah.
field line going this way and another field line going this way, they cancel each other out.
Correct.
Yeah, I'm literally sitting here doing this in front of them, and Jen's trying to use her eyeballs to peek.
So
What else would she? What else would she use to peek?
So anyway, let's let Jim. Jim says he's got a physicist.
Hold on.
Let's get the physicist in
Let
on
me
this.
focus in.
yeah, I can't blame
She's
Calvin.
really trying.
He's not set up to do these kinds of things.
No, but when
You got to use your elbows to try to look, not your eyes. Apparently.
Oh.
You know?
when I'm doing geophysics, when I'm flying magnetics over the rocks,
This side,
we don't actually. There's no magnets involved. We get down to the physical level, and we do a thing called proton precession, which is where you've got basically a single hydrogen atom sitting in a cell,
It looks so cool.
and you hit it with a piece of energy, and then you let it relax. And you do that, 3, 4, 5, 100 times a second or whatever. And every time it relaxes into whatever at that point on the surface of the earth, the magnetic field is. And when it relaxes, we can measure the energy that's given off by the atom. It's what it is that's where you've all heard of MRIs in a hospital.
Yeah.
Yep.
MRIs were invented after mining guys invented proton precession magnetometers, and that's where that science comes from, because the hydrogen atom will flip based on the magnetic field at that instant at what it's at, and that's what we use.
It looks like Joe's got it in the pan now.
All right, Joe.
Now it's just the cleanup. That's only half of it now. That's only half. In order for you to get this whole thing, you got to tune in tomorrow. I'm going to put the video of the second half. I still got another half a bag to do.
We got room for Jericho. There he is. Oh, I'm just seeing black.
Summer, please go tell Joe to open the door.
He opened the door finally. Rock Butcher. It was the two different pole magnets. That's the conversation we were having. Where it was the one on the x-axis and the z-axis, right? Or the y and the z.
Where's my phone?
Oh, that's X and Y, and that's Z. Well, up and down is Z. Yes. In the third dimension. Yeah. That was the whole conversation.
We're doing some research for a magnet tool, Rusty. I'll send you the pictures.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I didn't go into any details there, Jericho. I
was watching.
I was just talking about the physics of it.
Yeah, we're trying to figure that out still.
Well, it is what it is. That's why I said, why don't you just try it? Because you're not able to change it.
Mm-hmm.
The laws of physics cannot be repealed. God damn it!
Right, but we can at least try and then see how it works.
Yeah, they are what they are.
Hey, Jen.
Yeah.
She's working on it now.
So if it's screwed up, it's her fault.
Yeah, let the master do her work. So
It's removing stencils.
See,
I'm doing.
I got to tell you, man. I'm going to give you a compliment. You got bigger balls than me, because I don't even go up behind her and mess with her because I know better.
No, he scared me at work today.
I accidentally.
Yeah. And he just walks in. He's like, "No," talking to one of the guys that we work with, and I'm like, and I just glared at him. I'm like,
You know those eyeballs that you can feel, but you don't have to look and see them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Clay gets those.
I get those all the time, dude. I have like
the dagger eyes.
So can you with the Cerakote, can you add to it, or is it just, can you put like, so you know mica powder is, right?
"Yep." That's actually, yeah. It's not mica powder. It's called gun candy, and that's essentially mica powder for the Cerakote.
Yeah, I'll show you the.
It gives it more of that glistening type
The
images.
luster?
and stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
So
see,
I seen the bottles
Makes
of
it more kind of
Cerakote.
iridescent.
this is clear, okay?
Okay.
But when you shake it up with the gun candy in it, it's
Oh, I see it.
pearlescent.
I see it. Yeah,
is
'cause
that the bronze?
No,
it's like a red.
that's pearlescent.
Pearlescent red.
I have like
Let me see that.
50 different mica.
be honest with you,
Actually, I have more than that. I have probably like
You
200
know, right before
actually,
you
because
put
I have a whole
this
bunch of
Why?
little bags of
Because
it.
it's
Of the
on
mica
that
powder,
field,
and I've got like glow in the
would make it
dark,
like
and I've got the pearlescent and the color change, and so I didn't know if you could add to it, because I was gonna say if you could add to it.
Because
you could make
if we
some
could,
sweet
like,
magic.
I would add, like, because from making cups and stuff like that, I have a lot of the stuff for all that, all the little different different colors of mica
Yeah,
powder.
I have a whole bunch too. That's what I was gonna say. If you could, you could add the sweet nasties to it.
Yep. And the thing is that has to be the last coat, the last coat, because you can't put anything on top of. You can't put the like mica powder type on top of any or on anything on top of the like mica powder type stuff.
Yeah.
Which I'm calling it mica powder because
that's because
but any of the gun candy.
The gun candy goes in with the clear, and you don't want to put any of the Cerakote on top of a clear coat because then it's just not going to stick well.
Like I guess the best way to remember is like you go for dessert at the end of your dinner. That's going to be the last thing you do is put your candy on.
I seen some videos on like how to do it prior to actually like I guess meeting you guys because I didn't really know if it was like a paint or like a vinyl or like a powder coat. So I was watching videos and I seen it and I like searched up like what it entailed and that's when I seen like the bottles of the stuff that you get. Those fuckers are
it's funny because Cerakote if you want like to Cerakote something yourself, honest to God, it's cheaper just to go pay somebody to do it.
That's what I'm saying. those like I think they were like this
4-ounce bottles are $35.
Yeah, 4-ounce bottles. They were 4-ounce bottles. Shit.
Yeah, but that doesn't include like, you have to have a sandblaster. You cannot use sandpaper.
So
you got to get the blaster, the cabinet.
You have to have the sandblaster.
Own oven. It's a whole lot.
And let me tell you, those little air compressors on there.
Yeah. When I first started.
So you got to get a larger air compressor.
Like my first day doing this, I had a 3-pound air compressor. I would literally sandblast, wait for like 10 minutes, sandblast for 2 minutes, wait for 10 minutes.
But that air compressor was meant for only my nail gun.
Yeah.
Because we were redoing trim and all kinds of stuff in the house. So I kind of needed a.
Now that's when we first started though. I got a 130-gallon back there now.
And I got that for Christmas.
I don't know. He sent me to Menards to fix a part on my car. And this is what he says. Jen, I need an air compressor. I said, well, what kind? What size? He says, I need one this by this. Okay. So I go to Menards and they're like, can we help you? I said, I need one
this by
this. He's like, well, there's this one, and this one. I said, not 220. I know that much. And he's like, oh, okay, well, then there's this and there's this. I said, well, they're the same, but this one is way more. And what's the difference? And he says, nothing. I said, well, then give me the cheap one.
Yep.
Yeah. See, I mean, they have,
for me, I'm always like, which one has
you're
worse
shaking
reviews?
your head. That's what I'm doing. Shaking my head like, who sends somebody to the store and says, I need one this by this? You don't.
So originally what it was I needed an air compressor.
That's literally how he does the, hey, honey, I need an electrolysis tank. I have one this size, little tote in the garage, and then I have a 55-gallon drum. Which one do you think he made for majority of the stuff that we pull out that we're going to clean? I'm thinking he makes the little plastic tote worth. Oh, hell no. He's like, it's done. I go outside and it's this massive 55-gallon drum. What in the hell are we electrolysizing in that?
You never know. I mean,
not a damn thing. And that's why it's never been used and it's taken apart.
You could electrolyze your freaking fridge in that thing. So
he almost got electrolyzed in it.
He's on Hard Rock University.
I swear. This is why I can't have nice things. Nothing. Can't have nothing.
Oh, don't get her started on that.
So for him, see, we're kind of the opposite because I'll be like, hey, how big? Or I go, hey, I need a tape measure for, this and that. And he's like, oh, I think it's about, and I was like, no, I don't want an I think. I don't want an I think. But I'm like, I need a tape measure so I could see how big this is. He's like, okay, I'll go get the tape measure.
Oh, well, he'll go get it. This is what I get. Hey, Clay, can you go,
Why are you
On
starting
top of the
talking
metal
shit?
cabinet. Can you go on top of the metal cabinet and grab X, Y, or Z?
That's when he gets the.
He does this.
I told you.
Jen, it's not there. Clay.
Hey, Jericho, did you put any black
Right
sand
here.
in here?
Exactly what
That's
I
all
said.
natural, brother.
And he says, well, it wasn't there. It wasn't there when I went downstairs. Clay, it's been
Did
there
you not get any black sand?
Oh, I got some black sand.
He did it on purpose.
Well, that's all natural, Joe.
See magnetic
yeah?
magnetics out, Joe.
But no, I'm like just watching like this whole process and doing this. I'm super excited for you guys to see this. Like it's my first time doing like a doing what I'm doing. So
Doing what I'm
well,
doing.
I can't say anything because then Jen will be like, "Oh, I bet it's this," and she's probably like you. She's probably freaking right when she says it, and then it'll run it.
Or how
Like,
about this one? This is
First
a good
5
one.
minutes into the movie, she's like, "Oh, I bet he's the killer," and I'm like,
Listen, every movie that you watch, you will find out what's going on in the first 15 minutes because they will make little subtle hints. Like if somebody mentions my dad's been gone for years, his dad's coming back in the picture. You know it is.
Or my dad been killed by a 3-pound compressor.
Yeah. That's this big by this big.
Telling you. I'm telling you.
Oh man.
"Hey, Rusty,
Oh,
we're screwed, man."
Who keeps on writing all that stuff under my name? Well, how does that work?
What?
That's me, Joe. I was typing in StreamYard. I explained to Reg Lab when I wrote that. I says, no, that's what happens in StreamYard when I've got the keys. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
so now I've switched over to YouTube.
That's
so
when I do it as Charlie and saying that my farts peel paint and
yeah.
That's funny.
He's
I'm
up
not-
here like,
I'm
who
not
hacked
trying
my
to-
stuff?
I'm not trying to frame you or anything there, Gold Eagle. I got big enough antlers all by myself. I don't need to frame you.
Oh,
So Gold Eagle, damn it, where'd my phone go now?
All right, you're gonna have to.
to
So
that cabinet.
do you have in the cabinet. I was up last night for a while. This guy over here snoring.
Shut up.
No
And-
way.
I'm right there. The
No
first
way.
no other button.
Oh, wow.
Oh no, you had it right the first time.
You took the color out.
I did. So now I can make shirts for you, or I can make you a light.
Oh, wow.
Look what I did.
That's pretty sweet.
Well,
Nice.
Just the black and white, eh?
Yeah, so now I can make things with your logo on it and send them to you. Oh,
We're going to have to come up with some ideas now.
yeah.
she makes a lot of cool shit, Joe. You have no idea.
I get bored, so I'm like,
Hey, you didn't even show Summer. Did you see the stuff for Jericho?
Yeah, you should blow her up, Rock Butcher, so she can show off that awesome bandana for Hercules.
Can she even hear us?
You know what I'm gonna do, Jericho?
Yeah.
I'll send you a picture, just you, of the knife.
All right.
Oh my
Yeah, we saw-
goodness!
You know what
I
I
absolutely
love,
love
Jen?
uh-huh.
You and I use the same dog. So on his knife, it's the same dog.
Yeah, this is Jericho's logo.
I love it.
I
I love
hijacked it.
Heck yeah!
It's
So,
all reflective
Pretty much
material,
if anybody sends me their logo, I can pretty much tear it down to a black and white the best I can, and then I can put it on shirts or whatever. I
So you're
did
gonna make any of those with a
Dawn-
Canadian flag in the background,
the
Jen?
metal
So-
detector. I did her logo and made
Okay.
her a huge car decal for the back of her window
It was
out of
four-
her
It
logo.
was 4 pieces.
Yeah, it was 4 pieces. No, actually, it
Those
was
are
more
so
than
hard to
4
do.
pieces. Yeah, it was a lot of pieces, but I sent that to her.
I hate doing window clings. They're so difficult.
I did so this one,
Jericho, I used to wrap cars for a living.
yeah, and so I get my Cricut, and I didn't know how to use a Cricut. I didn't know how to do. I knew nothing about vinyl. This one I had the joy, and
I know
he showed
Google
me-
is your best friend
You're
for
on
that.
mute.
Like
well,
YouTube.
he showed
and-
me how to do it. So now
Yeah.
when I ask him for help, he's like, I don't know how to do any of that.
That's Brad. He has to ask me all kinds of questions.
Just a
I showed you how to do it. You can do it yourself now.
jeez, and that's why I'm in the sweatshop 24/7. No breaks, no meals, nothing. This guy.
Don't look Chinese either.
You saw the picture of the Subaru there, the BRZ?
I don't know. It's if it.
And then she even made a fluffy shirt for the fat guy.
Oh yeah, I made that too.
No.
Oh,
Yeah, we're gonna be making Burkle Cerakote.
There goes the compressor.
so this was all in color. Fishing with the Rickners. This was all in color, and I tore this down into black and white and did shirts for them. Yeah, that was a little bit difficult, but I made it up for them. I did
I
Iron
do love
Antlers.
that. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna show you a little. I don't know. They didn't get to see it yesterday.
You just make a grayscale filter to do that, Jen?
Yeah, I turn it black and white, and then I have to put it on the Cricut app, and then I have to pick out every single piece so
Yep.
that it'll print. So I have to literally like delete each piece that I need to take out for the machine to.
This is now our little baby Yoda. He got our first logoed shirt.
Oh,
He's
that's
supporting
cute.
everybody over here, I guess.
Oh,
He's.
Yoda rocking this circle.
I know. I got to put him back before he paints him or something.
oh.
I would not Cerakote Baby Yoda.
Good night, Jonathan. Hope you can hear me. It's hard to get a word in edgewise here, but good night, buddy.
Thanks for stopping by, Jonathan Brewer. We appreciate it. Hey, Bayou Gold guy. Nice to see you here, my brother.
Awesome. Roasted duck, man. That's wicked. Friday night on the Bayou, not Saturday night. Shouldn't you be doing that tomorrow?
Sorry, I'm just trying to prevent from everybody getting a headache from hearing an air compressor and damaging everybody's ears.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been around enough air compressors in my lifetime.
Right.
Take care, Jonathan Brewer. We'll see you. You go do what you got to do, man. Family comes first,
Yep.
especially the kids.
All you got to do to sign off with them is say, "Go Dogs."
We're bulldogs over here, so that's all we see is go dogs everywhere.
Y'all guys down south, where are you guys in relation to some of us?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in Indiana.
Indiana. Okay.
Yep, we're in Indiana.
What are y'all?
We're outside of Indy.
Oh, you're not far then.
No,
I'm waiting for that air to kick on. I'm like
It's far
nervous.
away, Mom.
What's that?
You weren't nervous the whole time when you were doing it in here by yourself?
25.
No, because what I did was I muted it.
My daddy did it.
Mm.
My dad did it.
like 4.5 hours.
So you're right, ready to hit the button.
Do you guys happen to have anybody else in the back door wanting to come up?
No, it's not that
Not that I know of.
Oh,
Not
I'm
now.
gonna take a peek back here. No, everything's
Nope.
cool.
I wouldn't know.
Because I'm getting close to dropping off because it's about dinner time. So if somebody else wants to come and jump up on the panel and all that, I'm getting ready to bow out.
I don't know.
Well, we appreciate you stopping by there, Jim. I thank you.
Yeah, good to see you, Jim.
No.
Yep.
Somebody else pops in. I can pull them
It
into
was nice meeting you.
Huh?
Yep. Well, we'll be talking more and again, and then I'm going to have several live streams I'll be trying to do. I'm not going to try to do too many, but I'll get more of a schedule down, and I'll have you guys come on once in a bit and whatever. Because on the Prospector's Eye podcast I'm going to do, I want to also showcase the other skill sets in our whole big umbrella of adventure and treasure seeking and all that. Bring in these different things, and now your guys, what you do with the Cerakote stuff and all that, that's a whole different ball game. But
Yeah.
you know, us guys who get this nice equipment to go put in rivers and everything else usually have some kind of name or logo on the device. So it's like,
Yep.
it's
Why
been
not
pretty-
advertise while you're shooting your videos?
So why not bring on somebody that does this particular skill? Because, you know, if you got shirts made, which are your screen printing people and all, my ex used to do that. You know, it's all part of what we do, outfitting, clothing, and promoting your name and thing, much less the stickers we all end up, you see, everybody's doing. I got to get my stickers ordered so I can get that happening too.
We got
But anyway,
We just ordered ours today.
yeah, the guy I was going to use is going to be quite busy through this month. He's trying to get a move happening, so I can't get my stickers right now. Plus, he was real busy in December with his Advent giveaways and everything. So, got to find somebody else to do mine for the time being. So, yep, pretty nice. But either way, yeah, nice to talk with y'all. Nice to talk to Rusty and Jen again and everything. And I know Rock Butcher and Joe and Jericho a little more so now. And I've only been doing this for about 2.5 months. So, pretty
We
neat.
ain't been doing it long either.
Yeah,
We are
but-
towing.
We're all new around here.
in community all the way around, you know. Everybody's got some kind of perspective or some kind of experience in life and whatever, and we can, you know, we all are in agreement of, you know, talking about things and sharing our passions and our experiences and everything else, and it makes us all better for it. So
I tell
Nice.
you, ever since I've been doing this stuff, I mean, I've met some crazy people. Like, I mean, Rock Butcher, a lot of the time when he talks, I don't understand what he's saying, but
And it's not because he's Canadian.
yeah, it's not, but, you know, just
Well,
to meet somebody that has that sort of knowledge.
you realize he's a rockhead, right? And don't believe a thing that Sheldon Cooper says about geologists.
I'm a rockhead, but I've gone through the school of hard knocks for 32 years, so
Exactly.
I don't think I haven't seen it all and done it 5 times. You know,
The cool thing is, you know, we can talk about all this stuff in easy enough to understand terms,
Yeah.
as well as get deep and technical about it. It's not the hardest thing in the world to understand. You know, to me, rocket science really would be far more ridiculous to understand. Or if somebody was to go into this hardest to say word, numismatics. But I mean, you know, we can talk about these things and everybody can start to come on and understand, oh, that's what you're talking about. Oh, that makes sense. Even this magnet thing is not necessarily that difficult a thing to understand. You start talking about all the different vectors with fuel rates and quantum entanglements and things that you deal with, rocket science and all that, and that can get a little involved. Talk to my friend Calvin.
the trick is to have the skill to do both. And the one thing, on the one hand, I understand it, but you learn in my industry, you learn that ability when they do what we call the dog and pony shows up at the mine site, where they bring the investors up. And back in the day when I first started, most investors were not savvy at all. Today, investors are very, very savvy. But back in the day, I had to, without bullshitting them, pardon my French, because the second they catch you out on a lie, you're done, you know. But I had to explain it all in layman's terms. This is, you know, this is what this is what it is. This is what we're doing. This is how, and they'd all walk away and say, "Wow, that was a great education. Thank you very much." You know.
Yeah, like I wouldn't even have thought of the freaking polarization of the magnets and you know, adding and taking away, and I wouldn't even have freaking thought of that until you said something.
Yeah.
And you, like, dude, I've been doing this for 3 years, and I've never ever thought of that question like you asked earlier. And it's like, it's got me stumped now. Like, once I get off of here, I'm going to be doing a lot of research. So that way I can get back to you and figure out.
If you got a buddy that works for some speaker company like Bose or something like that. I mean, it's precisely the same thing. You know, it's a wave. And so bows, you're listening to music, and all of a sudden, if you get things crossing, they cancel each other out. I mean, that's how electronic jamming works in the military.
Yep.
You know, you're canceling out waveforms. Stealth
But-
technology.
It's really cool for case in point, like he's saying. You don't have to go to somebody and try to explain them what a granodiorite is when you can just as easily say you're talking about an igneous rock.
Yeah,
We're dealing with an igneous rock here.
yeah. It's an
Instead of-
igneous rock it's got a moderate amount of silica in it. It's not it's close to a granite, but it's a little bit less differentiated.
Hey, there's a little black sand in there.
Explain out how to.
Can we see the gold or no?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I can see it, buddy.
and the black sand.
Yeah. It's making my skills come to point here. That black.
Yeah,
Yeah, for my first
that's
bag
some
of
rough
paper,
shit.
Jericho sent me a bag of black sand.
It wasn't just black sand.
Yeah.
I had a friend. He's in the chat room there. 406 Miner from Montana. He sent me a bag that I actually took my magnet, put it on the side of the bag, and it stayed there.
I remember that. Yeah.
Whatever you do, don't let A3 Scott do that because the magnet will break. You got that pay dirt I sent him, and he was going to use that to pull the magnetics, and the doggone magnet thing separated from the shank. And
Wow.
So don't let Rich mess with your magnet.
Yeah.
He's probably at work, so he probably didn't catch that. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go get dinner. So always a pleasure talking with everybody. I'll definitely always be up with y'all on Friday, and I'm going to catch you guys a little later tonight. And hopefully I get to talk to my younger son. He said he was going to call me tonight, so I'm going to go ahead and bow out for now, and I'll talk with all y'all later on.
Sounds great, Jim.
Bye.
Take care.
Have a good night.
Yeah,
Have a great night.
Thanks.
All right, we'll see you.
Take care,
See
buddy.
ya.
So we got that. That's gonna make us. That's gonna give us. That's gonna give us room for somebody. Let's see. Let's see if we can't get Bayou Gold Guy to come on here. The stream, I believe, is
Yeah,
linked.
come
at the
on,
top.
man. Is it linked?
Let's see,
I don't see it pinned up there.
It's not pinned.
can we drop it?
Yeah, I can. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Jericho can. He can probably do it faster than me. Oh, maybe
Oh,
not.
where's he going? He don't run out there, Bayou Gold Guy. Don't run out. Stop in, say hello.
Now pin that with your YouTube, Joe.
What is that?
You see the links on the YouTube? Pin it.
See,
Can I
see
pin
mine's first. Nope, you can't pin it. You can star it.
It's there.
No, I'm saying if you pin it to the top
Oh,
on YouTube.
I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, you gotta,
Nope. It's on YouTube.
Yeah, it's on the YouTube channel.
So, Joe, I think if there should be 3 little dots. You see the 3
Yes.
little dots there? Click
On
those 3
YouTube.
little dots. It should say pin to top.
I got go to channel report and block. It doesn't allow
Oh,
me to
pin
pin.
message.
Yep.
Yep.
pin message.
Oh,
Bam.
in there.
There you go.
Boom. There we go.
Pinned. It's pinned at the top now.
Come on,
Yep, it's
buddy.
pinned.
Guy, get in here.
So it looked like that.
He's
at the
got
top.
ducks in the oven, and he's getting ready for his 8:01 show, so he can be in the chats. But he'll
All
try
right.
to come in earlier next week.
Sounds good. I'm going to hold you to that next
All right.
week there, Bayou Gold Guy.
Well, we got lots out there. We got WK. We got 406. We got Tom Moore.
Yeah, well, it's pinned
Any
up there.
guys that wanna? It's pinned.
I was just trying to
Reg.
lure in the Bayou Gold Guy
Come on,
because he's never
Reg.
been on here before. So
Reg. Reg has always been a ghost.
Reg doesn't have a camera, I don't think.
Well, you don't need a camera to show up on. We can hear your voice anyway. Jonathan Brewer's gone.
All right, well,
W-
we got half that gold out of that bag. Well, half the bag done. Should we continue or should we let it go for a video tomorrow? What do you think?
Well, you got another one you could pan out the whole thing.
It takes so much time, though.
It's only after 8:15.
That's why I pan the half tomorrow or post stream.
I don't know. You know what I think he should do? I think he should run the whole thing through his sluice box, and then tomorrow pan the tails.
Yeah.
And then you can
pan the tailing,
and then you can do a serious comparison. Because who knows? When it's in a bag like that, you shake it around, there could be what? There could be a nugget sitting at the bottom, and you're going to say, what are you going to say tomorrow? Oh, I got, a half a gram yesterday, and look at today, I got 1.5 grams. Panning. It's better panning than it is sluicing. Come on. Do it scientifically. Oh,
scientifically?
There he is. There's Stacy.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Stacy.
Yeah, go ahead, Joe. If I were you, I'd run the other half of that bag through the box.
All right. All right.
Tomorrow
We'll be here, Joe.
Tomorrow you can pan your tails and we'll see what you lost.
Yeah.
And we'll criticize your crappy setup if you lost.
I don't know, Claybert. What are you doing Sunday?
Metal detecting.
My wife works at 2.
Well, why don't you come up in the morning, dude?
It's fucking cold.
Jericho, dress warm.
I don't know. I got to put a window in my truck.
Oh, no. At this time of the year? That's a shitty.
It isn't too bad. It's been about 20 to 30.
That's a warm weather hobby there, Claybert.
It's all
Well, it's
year. As long as
33
it's brown
right
ain't permafrost.
Oh, you can still dig up there? We can't dig down here. It's frozen down to about 18 inches.
Dude, it's soupier than you wouldn't believe right now.
Do you not have a yard full of ice and snow like I do? What the shit? I got 1.5 foot of snow out there.
We don't have that. Wait, we have
Cry me a freaking
We
river,
have maybe-
Jericho.
We have maybe
Yeah, but listen, Rock Butcher, he's in between you and me, and he ain't got shit.
we literally have a dusting of snow.
And streamers sucking up all the internet. My phone's going choo choo choo. So I gotta come back in here.
Yeah, Summer, come hang out with the cool cats.
I know. I was like, I need to go get a cigarette, and I was like, I didn't want to smoke with all these fumes in here. Not that my cigarette's any good for me anyway. Probably worse.
Reg. I can't believe that Bell wouldn't install fiber in your neighborhood. I mean, you and I have looked at your neighborhood on Google, and there's more than enough customers. Thank you, sweetie.
I'm gonna go get me a Coke, Bell. I'll be right back.
There's
Ooh,
more
give
than
me
enough
one.
customers there to pay
What, do you
for it.
live out in the sticks?
No, he lives
We're at a Pepsi.
in the middle of town.
No.
All right, so Burkle Cerakote,
Bell, Canada.
are you going to the spring dirt fling? You realize the number of channels that you could show off your shit to at once.
Summer, Jericho wants to know if we're going to the spring dirt fling.
Probably not because our dog's a jerk,
He's asking the missus.
and we can't board her or because I was boarding her.
Do you have a safety kettle?
We do. We call it her bed. She's got it.
That's what Hercules, he's kennel trained. See, I always bring mine with and then set it up and they just hang out.
Yeah, that is true. Because Luna's crate trained. If she gets in trouble, we're like, go to bed. Or do you want me to put you in timeout?
Delilah's the same way.
But you're looking at 50 different YouTube channels from a variety of, from numismaniacs to metal detectors to magnet fishers to gold prospectors to scrappers.
But see, we don't have to show off our stuff there because you're going to be there with your knife.
Whatever. What about hotels and stuff there? Do they
Numismaniacs.
Oh,
huh?
you
it's
have to be vaccinated
Yeah.
and stuff when you go
Nope.
there?
You don't have to show a card or nothing, and I'll give you a little slip for that.
He's got the
Well, I know we were looking at visiting some friends in Rochester, New York, and you have to be vaccinated in order to stay in a hotel there.
Yeah.
Really?
Even the Airbnb.
Even now?
Vaccinated.
Yep.
You gotta be kidding me.
Yep.
You have to show proof of vaccination.
Yep.
What?
We're staying in a hillbilly town
Somewhere on my
with a
phone,
bunch of hillbillies.
I
But
got
if you guys stay in the mansion cabin with the cool peoples, the VIP section, then you ain't got to worry about it.
Yeah,
'Cause you've
so
heard my
basically what
song.
Jericho's saying is if we stay in the cabin where him and his dog fart all the time,
Oh, this thing is it's I wouldn't call it a cabin. It's more so a 10 room fucking mansion with
I've seen-
pool tables
I've
and
seen-
hot tubs
It's,
and
Pool
it's a
tables,
log.
hot
It's a
tubs.
log cabin mansion. I've seen.
Yeah.
Jericho sent me the whatever the property
But-
thing, and
They
I
have
went.
them in-
I got to look through all the different rooms and all that kind of stuff. On
Yep.
it. It was-
I looked at them in Tennessee because I was like, oh, that would be fun for all of us to go on the lake and, be out there as a family for like the family that's here to go up there to visit our family down there. So, but they are gorgeous and they have everything there. They even have an arcade room. Like, I'm like, holy cow. But they're
Well,
really nice.
All I could say is I'll be damned if I'm going to get into the hot tub with Charlie and Jericho because I know one of them's going to pee in the water.
Charlie said he's not taking a bath the whole time we're down there.
Oh Jesus!
He's bathing in the creek.
Yeah, I heard you.
Fresh mountain stream water, best bath you can ever have, he says.
I used to do that when I was down in Ecuador on the Pacific side of the Andes. I used to do that. I'd go up the creek, and we had our Ecuadorian guide with his little dugout canoe, the pirogue, with like a 30 horsepower on the back, and he'd beach it, and then we go up and walk up because the best way to prospect the jungle is to walk up the creeks, and I'd always have like clean clothes in a plastic bag at the dugout canoe, and I'd just strip down, carry my dirty clothes with me, and the bar of soap and that, and I'd float down in the creek all the way back to the dugout canoe.
Yeah.
I bathe, get out on the sandbar, buck ass naked, hang all my clothes up, dry off with a towel, put my new clothes on, and everything, the wet stuff would go in the bag, and back to camp we go, and I'd hang it up for the night. That was my drill.
How much plus and minus did you have, Joe?
I got this is
Plus kitchen strainer?
above 20.
Oh, he's
Yeah, nice little pile.
Yeah, we'll go through that. I'm gonna get the old magnetite jar out.
See that big flat box underneath, right directly in the middle? That's the one that I sent Joe, and he refuses to send it. No, that one right there. Yeah, he refuses to run any more of it.
Yeah. I got videos. I just got to sit down and get them all clipped and get ready to put them up.
Mm-hmm.
hey Joe,
What?
I don't have that tracking number in the private chat.
It
Why
goes
not?
away after so long.
Oh, I'll send it to you.
That's my bad.
Did you send him a text message? You should just send him a text message.
Yeah, his phone number's on the table though.
Yeah.
That means I have to walk in there to get it.
Well, you can do it after the stream, you know.
That's what I was saying.
Hey, Rock Butcher. I gave Jen the option of going to Hawaii or the spring dirt fling, and she chose Hawaii.
Because it's already paid for.
Hawaii's better. I'll just say you can do a lot of awesome things in Hawaii.
I'd go to spring. I'd take my family to spring dirt fling. As a matter of fact, that we were talking about it today, and my wife because she just got her Canadian citizenship. She's waiting for the certificate to come through. And as soon as she gets her certificate, she can apply for a Canadian passport. And then
Internal Compass in North Carolina's in the house. How's it going? He'll be at the Spring Dirt Fling.
And then she can go to America without a visa.
How you doing there?
Yeah.
And
Internal
so
compass.
she's been planning on this thing. She's like, we're gonna go to the Mall of America and we're gonna do all this shopping and everything. And I'm like, babe, like this all costs money, right? And she's like, yeah, and I plan to do it at the end of March. And I told her, I says, you're not doing it at the end of March because I'm going off with these guys, at the end of March on this Spring Dirt Fling. And oh, really? Well,
really?
Can we all come with you? And I'm like, no.
It is a family-friendly event, though. For those of you that have children and stuff,
you know what?
There are other people bringing kids that want their kids to play in the rocks and stuff. But Jim needs vacation.
That's great. You know what? I haven't had a vacation to myself in over 4 years. This is where I get to go do what the hell I want, apart from going deer hunting down at my uncle's place, which is not a vacation. Like anybody who actively deer hunts knows that that's not a fucking vacation. You're up
Right.
at the crack of dawn. You work your ass off all day. You sit in the bush, freeze your ass off, and then you get back to the shack. You drink a bunch of beers. You go to bed, and you get up and do it again. It's not a vacation.
And then if you shoot something, then you really start to work. The work
Then you
really
really start working. That's right.
Yeah.
So there's not a whole lot of downtime on that kind of thing, and I'm looking forward to some downtime.
Every year, Jen and I try to at least take one vacation as a couple.
Yeah.
We don't want to take you guys.
No, the last few years of work, I just haven't had the opportunity to do it, and with her not having a Canadian passport, it's like, well, do we apply for an American visa, and then it costs yours $500 and blah blah blah, or do you just wait for the citizenship to come through, and it's a lot easier just to wait for that. So,
I told him.
Which island you going to?
Go ahead.
or what's that, Stacey?
Which island are you going to?
Jen, what island are we going to? Are we going to Honolulu or are we going to Maui? I think we're going to Honolulu and Maui.
If you're going to Honolulu, there's a little place. It's called Hanama Bay. I highly recommend. You can rent snorkel gear and get yourself some frozen peas at the store, and you can feed the fish, and it's really awesome.
Nice. I don't know if Joe's
And if you go out to the left side, out and around the point, it's called the toilet bowl. And you'll see why. It's just, it's a big lava tube, and when the waves come in, it fills up, and you can jump in, and then all the water flushes back out, and you're standing there in about knee-deep water and about 15 feet down, and then when the water comes rushing back in, it pops you back out.
Oh, heck no. That's awesome.
Yeah, so Hanama Bay.
You have to message him on Instagram.
I'm going to write that down.
Yep, Hanama Bay.
I know we are going to go to Pearl Harbor, though.
And if you turn around and look up on
You
the hill,
can't
there's a
magnet
big
fish at Pearl
hill.
Harbor, Claybert. No magnet fishing at Pearl Harbor.
Well, I
It's
know.
against the
We're
law.
gonna be- We're going to be having our magnets. We're going to be having some new magnets sent to our hotel down there, and we're going to do some magnet fishing off in little different towns and stuff like that. We're going to do some research on places before we go out there. But you guys will have a video from Hawaii.
See, I got a buddy that lives in Hawaii that's on my Instagram. He'll take you out to some diving spots and some detecting spots.
Nice, yeah. Because I know we're gonna. Well, I'll have to get my Pelican cases and stuff for like my metal detector, my magnets and stuff like that. But
Don't Don't
But
go
having
running
local-
around in the jungle. Trust
Yeah.
me.
Going where?
Bad juju.
Yeah, don't play in the jungle. Stay on the trail.
That's what I heard.
You will get shot.
Yeah.
See,
It's getting there. Yeah, I like it. No, I want to go to Piggy Island, but that's in the Bahamas. Not. I just really want to go. I want to go feed the piggies.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do.
Just go to your nearest Dunkin' Donuts and wait in the parking lot.
Start throwing donuts out there. Like, I wanted to feed you.
I told Jen I wanted to get a teacup pig, but she won't let me.
They're so cute, though.
I know, teacup pig.
And they shit in the litter box.
Our dog would have fresh bacon, she said.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, your dog would eat that motherfucker.
That would be our
That's
problem.
bacon. That's bacon in my house.
That's
That
right.
would be our problem.
Yeah.
There ain't even enough bacon on one of them to make a sandwich.
I'll take the Caribbean over the Hawaii anytime.
Hell yeah.
For sure.
Canadian
Grain
bacon.
team and-
Back when I was working up at the Red Lake mine, we started out where I got that big rock from with all the gold.
Mhm.
When I started out there, it was 1 week on, 1 week off, and then which was great. That was a fantastic rotation. And then they changed it to 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, and we all kind of fought it, but then all of a sudden we learned that like 2 weeks off, man, you get a chance to
Oh my gosh.
you
I
can
would love
travel on your time off. You know, it's not just going
Right.
hunting and fishing anymore. And man, I flew constantly out of that place. I was down to the islands, Jamaica, Antigua, Barbados, St. Lucia, all the time. 10-day trips. And it gives you enough time to spin down and spin up before you have to go get on a plane and fly and go back to work.
We need to do it side by
It's
side.
great.
I would put it side by side and then go together.
One of those tiny teacup Gabby would say. that.
Jamaica is.
And Gabby
If
was
you
like,
stay in the tourist area, it's really nice. But if you get off the beaten path, it's a dirty country.
See
Mhm.
what I mean? No, it's not worn the same.
Joe, we got Charlie in the background and
Together.
Do we have room to let him in?
don't have enough room.
I'll step out.
All right, Clay, that's kind of you.
For
Did
sure,
you see
man.
my pictures I sent you, Claybert?
Yeah, I was actually looking at those. I'm gonna get out of here, you guys. Take it
Yeah.
easy. I will see you guys tomorrow night then.
All right.
See ya.
All right.
Good night.
Thanks
Have a
for
good night, guys.
stopping by, man. I appreciate it.
Cheers,
For
man.
sure. Gold Eagle, man, I appreciate you having me up here. Later.
This side's darker too.
Yellow.
Charlie.
Hey, you guys!
I don't know if you guys can see me or not because everything
we-
on my end looks frozen.
No, we
Yeah,
see
we
you.
can see you.
See you fine.
Oh, there you are.
I'm looking at Joe's awesome slurry he's got going.
Yeah, to me, he's still in the same position, looking like he's digging pudding.
Well,
I thought you were home.
No, I got home and then it was time to go with the wife to go do errands and other stuff. So
Oh, you had to feed the wife.
I had to keep the wife happy. So happy wife,
Happy
happy
life.
life.
There you go.
so that worked out good.
What do you mean
Let's
now?
feel here.
If you should have.
Coming to you from the parking lot of Wally World.
Yay!
You should go in and look for wall Martians and ask them questions while you're on live.
Oh, here's Jacko from the Netherlands.
Gold Pan and
Today
Dutchie
on
in the
AU
house.
Shenanigans.
I like
Gold Pan and
I like
Dutchie,
this.
how you doing?
How's it going, man?
Welcome, Dutchie. And for the record, Dutchie, French fries with mayo is okay, but they're better with ketchup.
I like it with mayo and ketchup mixed.
I actually prefer them. I'm more from the British side. I prefer 'em with malt vinegar and salt.
I just told
There's
that
Gold Pan
I
and
agree with
Dutchies,
Rock
Luke.
Butcher.
That's
I
hard
agree
on
with
the,
Rock Butcher.
That's hard on the arteries. Yeah.
I just told that story the other day about the my adventures in Belgium when
I heard you on. I was watching you on your live when you did that. Yeah.
yeah. Mayonnaise is good if you got Hellman's mayonnaise and not that.
That's
fake
right.
stuff.
Hellman's is the only real mayonnaise. I'll go to my refrigerator right now and show you. Hellman's, or it ain't real. It ain't mayo.
There's some other people who have other ideas about that, which are
Miracle drip heads.
some
Hey.
miracle stuff or other.
The only way
That's a salad dressing.
Okay, you guys can take the piss out of me all you want, but I don't put it on my fries either. But the way I learned about the mayo on the French fries was one of the young mining engineers at the Red Lake mine that I took out fishing with me in his boat. We just got talking. It was just some conversation. Somehow it got into, and he fessed up that they put mayo on their fries. And I was like, what? And then I tried it, and it's actually, wow, that's actually pretty good, with actual mayo, Joe, because I keep both in my fridge. I don't keep just Miracle Whip. I use mayo for other things.
I got both in the fridge.
My
Joe,
wife
if you put
makes
that
a lot
down
of
on your
salad.
stove, you wouldn't have to wash that down.
He likes watching it.
Oh.
What happened?
They're making fun of your landing zone.
Well,
see, now if you get your squirt bottle and squirt that little bit off the edge, there you go, because you might have lost a gram of gold right there.
You good?
Yeah, you're good.
All right.
I have to make do with what I have.
I'm still waiting for my picture, Bradley.
It's in for the final cure now, man.
It's not put back together yet.
But it looks freaking sweet. And Rock Butcher, I think you, with your scientific self, what's kind of cool that I thought, yeah, what I thought was kind of neat was, have you ever heard of a company called Prismatic Powders? So Prismatic Powders is a popular company down here for making powder coating. Okay. Well, they were the people that invented Cerakote. However, Cerakote is not powder coating. So they actually used their team of engineers to specifically design something that was sprayable, but harder than powder coating. So they took this huge, long process. I mean, when you mix this stuff, you got catalysts and all kinds of A and B and different parts you have to do. But it's really wicked how this stuff in a liquid form is as strong as it is.
Yeah, you're doing chemistry by blending it, and then you heat it, right? You heat it.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
250 Fahrenheit.
You got to watch that if you're doing it with magnets.
Well, that's why we were talking about the.
You'll strip the
just doing the shell.
Yeah.
Strip the magnetic ability of the magnet.
Because Kratos has a magnet where the shell comes off. So we were talking about taking the
The
shell
Titan.
off and doing that.
Mm-hmm.
The Titan has a replaceable shell.
Because soldering for a living, they have
what's
in the electronics industry anyway, they have a magnetic soldering iron, and it's a high heat magnet.
250 Fahrenheit and Celsius is it's only 121. Okay. Yeah. No, I was thinking if so you're not going to take the temper out of the knives.
Mm-mm. No.
250 Fahrenheit. Yeah.
Now they do have two brands of Cerakote that are rated for 1500 Fahrenheit.
Yeah, that's got to be high end stuff, though.
Yeah, they call it piston coat. People use it on engines. I'm going to move you guys into the other room because I'm just waiting.
The protective aluminum case.
Yeah. What Rusty said. I'm not a magnet guy, but I do find it very cool.
I'll tell you guys, while we're waiting on Joe to do this, I'll tell you guys, you magnet people, an interesting fact that where if you guys like from, oh, they're gone now, but Rusty
They're in
Magnets,
chat.
Okay, so Rusty Magnets to my house, it's plus or minus, it's about the same thing. Where we live, the Earth's magnetic field, remember I was talking about vectors of the field lines? Okay.
Yep.
They point into the Earth at about 45 degrees. So if you take a piece of rebar, just a regular old piece of rebar, whatever you want, whatever length you want. The shorter the better, because you're going to hit it with a hammer and you want to shock the whole thing. So say a 2-foot piece of rebar. And you take a compass, just a normal compass, and you point it to magnetic north, and you take the exact line, and you hold that bar in that exact line, and then you tilt the bar 45 degrees to the horizon, and you smash it on the end with a hammer, you will magnetize that bar.
Really?
Yes, sir. You got to figure out where you live on the Earth and where the, what the magnetic field. Go to a government magnetic website. I mean, the governments, they'll tell you what the magnetic field is at your. I mean, I can't see Montana being far different from Thunder Bay. I mean, we're 45 degrees. Get it about there. And
how strong of a magnet?
It's not going to be super strong, trust me. Yeah. But if you take that piece of rebar and drag it through the dirt, and it doesn't pick up anything, and then you actually point it, take an actual navigation compass, like a Silva Ranger or something like that, without the declination set on it, so it's pointing to the magnetic north. You line up that bar on that and hammer it. You got to give it a real solid hit on the end. I guarantee you that bar will become magnetic.
Cool. That's awesome.
And what you're doing is when you hit it, you're actually shocking all of the iron atoms all the way down the length of that bar. And for a brief moment, as that shock wave passes through, the atoms move apart, orient themselves to the magnetic field, and then come back together again. And it will become magnetic.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. It's a really neat thing, and it works. Yeah. Saxon's like, film that, Rock. Okay. I'll get myself a piece of rebar and I'll film it for you, buddy.
That would make a nice video.
That would be a cool one to see.
Yeah.
Showing us what Cerakote's about, and you get to come see the process. All right, there's Brad himself. He's already.
What are you doing, Jericho?
Somebody sent me a video that I posted a view on TikTok.
Oh.
There you go, Clay. Just make sure, get that piece of steel lined up, take a solid compass shot, and get that steel lined up as close. Because if you're off, it'll still magnetize, but it won't magnetize nearly as well as if you're dead on that compass bearing. Yeah.
So like a piece of 5 bar or 4 bar or
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. But you got to give it a really good smack.
okay.
And just like, I mean, you could do with 2 hands, like whack on the end of the, you can hit it as hard as I can. And that's good enough. And it will, I guarantee you it will become magnetic. I'm not sure if you had a 6 foot length, I don't think the far end would become magnetic, but the end that you hit will definitely become magnetic for sure. But like a 2 foot length or 1 foot length, you'll turn it into a magnet, no problem.
Oh, this is a lot of work over here, man. Lots of work.
Work.
All that black sand.
Yeah, it is black sand. I took some out, but you know how it is, us old people. It's a lot of work.
Not a lot of work.
Yeah, that pan looks pretty dirty.
All right.
All right. Now you're gonna watch Joe's soft hand.
Come on.
Oh no, we're not gonna show you that technique.
Come on.
That's only for the blessed.
Ask Reg. Reg's I've seen my soft hand. Joe's got a soft hand.
Oh, there's quite a bit in here.
No. Quite a bit of gold or sand?
Both.
But no, I said I'm gonna order groceries tomorrow.
What are you ordering, Bradley?
That's great, Brad.
The boys heard me say I was gonna order groceries tomorrow, and they come down like, "Oh, Dad's ordering food."
Yeah, we need more pizza pops.
Yeah. Popsicles and peanut butter.
How old are your kids, Brad?
Paper.
I have soon to be 15-year-old, and then
12. 12.
coming up
I'll
on
help
a
you.
12-year-old.
Okay, yeah, I've got a 12, a 14, and a 15, and soon to be 16. So
Charlie has 2 2-year-olds, a 4-year-old, a 5-year-old, an 8-year-old, a 9-year-old, a 12-year-old, a 13-year-old, an 18-year-old, and a 21-year-old.
Yeah, right, Jericho.
Charlie,
I got a 4-year-old, a 5-year-old, a 7-year-old, a 12-year-old, and a 19-year-old.
Someone's got to cross their legs, Charlie. Either you or your missus.
She got fixed.
I did when I had my C-section, I got my tubes tied. I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Rusty's private messaging me asking how his knife looks.
It looks really good, Claybert.
Oh yeah. No, Goldie. I don't think Gold Eagle's going to sweat this stuff at all.
What's that?
Oh, Reg is saying that if you think that material is hard work, you would hate the cons I brought back from BC. It's almost pure black sand, magnetic and non-magnetic. And like I told you guys before, when Reg and Tom, his partner Tom, their prospecting partner Tom, stayed at my place there that one evening, we panned, I don't know what, like a half a cup, not even a half a cup of that stuff in the backyard, sitting around drinking beers. And that was ugly material, boy, I'll tell you. It was tough sledding.
Well, Reg, if you want to share, I'll take some.
Brad, I just sent you that tracking number.
Yeah, I got it, bud.
All right.
Did you text him?
Yeah, the first number I text was wrong.
I love black sand.
The first number I text said service was unavailable, and then I realized I pulled some dyslexic stuff and I flipped the couple numbers.
That happens. I've done that a few times.
It's starting to get a headache behind my right eye.
You know what they speaking of that, when I take my glasses off, I get a headache, and I don't generally get headaches. But the last time I went to the eye doctor, they told me one of the numbers in my eye, I forget what number is, but one is plus and one is minus.
Mhm.
And I asked him what that means. I'm nearsighted in one eye and farsighted in the other eye.
Yep.
Yep.
So when I take my glasses off, oh man, it's a trip.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I wear glasses when I drive and when I'm at work, and that's it. Because I have a slight distance issue and I have astigmatism in both eyes. So, what mine is like 0.25 in one and or 0.0. It's something like 0.25 or 0.75 or something like that. So it's very teeny tiny like issue, but. So I don't really need glasses, but I like them for distance when I'm like I said, driving, or I work on circuit boards, and stuff like that. So like those tiny little parts that I really want to get in there and see them, that's when I wear glasses.
My wife used to work. She retired though, but she used to work for IBM.
Oh, okay.
And she used to have to she worked in a microscope and everything like that, and she used to repair the circuit boards under a microscope.
Yep.
Is that what you do?
Yeah, I used to under the microscope, but I don't deal with the microscope too often because it's not in my area. I just switched over to working in SMT, and I'm running the machines and learning how to do certain things in the machines and stuff like that now. So I enjoy it.
She's basically learning how to take over the room. So.
Yeah.
Spank it through down here one time when we're live and you're on there. You can. I don't know exactly what she did, or but it sounds like the same. When I know you mentioned it the last time I seen you on the live show, and I meant to say something, but I knew I'd have another chance. That's what.
Yeah, that's where we both.
That's where we both started. Doing circuit boards and stuff back when we were 18 and 19.
Yep.
We started soldering way back then, and then I got into repairing them, and then it turned into me repairing other things like switching jobs, you know what I mean, type thing. But we used to make radios for the military when we were in New York. We worked for Harris Arf Communications, so that was a lot of fun.
Canada's actually a big buyer too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had to be in a separate room for them though, because we had military stuff in the main area, and then they had to be in their separate room because
different countries.
Yeah,
we use the same radios as the U.S. did. So.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And now I'm in process.
Military contracts.
I'm sorry.
You guys do a lot of military contracts.
We used to.
We used to when we were in upstate New York. We moved back from upstate New York because we wanted to be closer to family and stuff. And then they ended up moving. My mom and dad ended up moving to Tennessee anyway. So, but that's fine.
Yeah,
we love to visit.
Doing a little bit of electronics. We were working on like AMRAM and Phalanx, and we were subcontracting.
Wow.
Yeah,
we made the the radios that go in the Humvees and the MRAP vehicles and the walkie-talkies the soldiers carry.
Yep.
That's the kind of stuff we did.
That was a step beyond the prick 77 sets that we used to have to carry around when I was back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, these are
the
ones we were doing. I mean, they got all kinds of bells and whistles now.
Oh man, yeah.
The cool thing though about the Canadian sets, I don't know if you guys were involved with. Were you involved with the programming? So to what frequencies they would get?
Yeah, tuning coils and stuff like that.
Okay.
And to where. Listen, I used to say I hated logarithms, okay, when I was in high school. Absolutely hated doing the math on it because it took so long. So to do the RF and frequencies and stuff, you had to get them in between those, and those are what you call logarithms to see where the
No,
thing
I
is.
understand exactly what you're
So
saying.
I'm just
Yeah.
like, I hated them so much, and now I'm like, I'm never gonna use this. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I do use this.
Now you use it. Now you use it. The cool thing about the Canadian sets is that if you dial it down to the lowest frequency, you actually get the CBC. You get the hockey games, the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, and they actually broadcast high power to the Canadian Army, depending on where you are. And you can actually listen to the hockey game on. So, like as a company, we'd have one radio set aside where you got two other platoon radios set up in case something else happened.
Yep.
But you'd have one radio set up with the speaker set up on a pole, and it was dialed all the way down, and you get to listen to a hockey game, and you could hear it live while you were.
That's pretty awesome.
Wherever the hell you were, you got it.
I think the coolest story that we heard was there was a Marine that came and talked about his time in Afghanistan. And he was saying that over in Afghanistan, sometimes radio signals are hard to get because all the valleys and the gullies and things like that they have over there.
Yeah.
And so they use weather balloons with cameras on them for like surveillance. So what he did was he actually took a receiver unit and a receiver and transmitter unit, tied it onto a weather balloon with a big cable, and put it up in the air.
Sure, why not?
Yeah,
Why
there
not?
was a lady that came up and hugged one of the ladies that we worked with, and she goes, "Listen, I just want to thank you so much because the radio that my son had on him stopped a bullet and saved his life."
Wow.
And so it's like, oh my gosh, that makes me feel like so good, you know?
He took the gentleman was in first reconnaissance in the Marine Corps, and he took a sniper bullet and it hit the radio, and it slowed the bullet down enough, and it stopped it like half an inch from penetrating his heart.
Wow.
So she was pretty
She gave her a big hug.
And it was just some guy standing in line with his Harris badge on. He had no idea who the lady was.
What's her name?
Or sorry.
Oh, gosh, I
she
can't
had no
think of her
idea
name.
who the person
I could
was.
see her hair. She always had the big fluffy hair. But she was telling us about it.
Marge?
Yes. Marge.
Was it blue and standing up?
I was just gonna say the Simpsons.
What we're seeing here now is
No, but it was definitely box bleach.
we're all
you
talking
know.
about this stuff, and we're ignoring Joe's slow hand here.
Dude, he's got the steadiest freaking hands of anybody I've ever seen.
But Rusty Magnets, if you're still on, yes, I do get migraines, and I was told to take 800 milligrams of ibuprofen and 1,000 milligrams of Tylenol and 1 Benadryl, and it's equivalent to the migraine medication. So, yes, I do get migraines.
See, I don't hold my hands that still, Joe.
No.
I could shake like
that's
that without
that's
moving
your
my
hand without even trying right there. So
That's
you'd
what
be
I'm
good at that. You just got to get it just a little under control.
Yeah, but see, that's not going to happen. I mean, I'm panning, and then all of a sudden my hand just. She's scared to death. I'm going to have Parkinson's one day.
I am.
Hang on a sec. I've got 2 young ninjas coming down the stairs here. I got to back out for a sec.
Young ninjas.
All right, I got to sit down for this because it's all black sand now.
Damn it.
He doesn't. He wants realistic. That's realistic. That's realistic right there.
Right?
Well, with the black sand? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, the young ninjas have gone back up. My son had his school buddy over, and they were playing with swords.
Yeah, our youngest was asking if his friend could come over, and I'm like, we're going to have so much going on this weekend. Can we do it like next weekend? Something.
But the thing with mine is like they don't say, "Hey, Dad, can my buddy come over? Can he come over tomorrow?" We'll be sitting down there. I'm just about to have supper ready, and he'll be like, "Hey, can Bob come over?" I'm like, "Well, is Bob eating dinner at his house first, or am I feeding Bob because I haven't cooked enough food for Bob?" You know,
Yep.
can you kids give us a little bit of lead time here? We need to.
That's what I told him.
As parents.
The other thing is like I love having a full fridge before their friends come over, because when they have friends over, I feel like they eat the entire time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
want to have a full fridge for them before they come over.
Every
And
time,
like he said, we need to go to the store. And I'm like,
every time we have kids over, it's like Joe. They're always snacking.
yeah.
Yeah.
He hasn't eaten a single thing on
Dude,
stream
that's what I
tonight.
was going to say that earlier.
You want to know
Are
the
you-
trick is
Start eating dirt.
don't have any snacks, because maybe the kids all come to your place because you got the snacks.
Right.
I'm like, am I cooking them dinner? Because like me, I'm cooking for a mass. So like, you know what? If you throw another kid in the back, we're gonna have leftovers anyway. So fuck it. You know, we can eat those. But the you know, like if you're gonna go out and just pack, it's not like a party with your friends from work or something like that where you're gonna feed it.
But it still lasts us like the whole week, usually, except for my oldest son. He had a set of twins that were friends, and I would feel bad if I was like, okay, only one can come over. They're brothers, like both of them can come over, and they're all friends.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You can't pick and choose. That's like picking a child.
That's brutal.
So, and then they had another brother that they were all friends with. So you couldn't pick. Okay, well, I'll take the twins this time, but your brother has to stay home. So I would end up having 5 boys in the house that are all teenagers and hungry all the time.
It's like feeding a hockey team.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the only time I get, I guess, my basketball team pretty much is when the boys have their friends over.
Yeah, Claybird, I don't know why you're not botted up.
I got
Joe's
one for Burkle Cerakote here.
Can I? You want me? Am I the only one that can do that?
You're the only one that can do that.
Okay, everybody else knows the answer to this, so
I'll be quiet.
Shush te. That's Mongolian. That means shut the hell up. Te means have. Okay, what is this?
Don't poke yourself in the eye, Jim.
I'll try not to. What is this, Burkle Cerakote? And this is something that you could actually Cerakote. It'd be kind of, I don't know if
cool,
you could
actually.
make it. I don't know if you could make it cool. It's pretty thin.
I've
Well,
seen
the loop
them,
part.
but I
What
can't
is
put my finger on it.
what is that? This is what it looks like in this dimension. That's what it looks like in that.
I know it's
I know.
You got me
it's a
stumped,
tool.
man.
At the Mota Candil.
You want to know the answer?
Yes, I do.
It's a miner's lamp.
Dude, I was
candle.
gonna say something like that, but I knew that I had a feeling that I was gonna be wrong.
It's a miner's lamp. And what you do is the miner would stick his candle in here. Okay. And then this hook. Sorry. I got everything's reversed on the damn camera. The hook would go in, he'd have a little hole in his hat. So when you walk underground, the candle is sticking up here. He's got a little light going on, you know. And then when you get to where you're working, you take the point and you jam it into a timber or a piece of rock, or you'd hang the hook off of a ledge on a piece of rock, and that candle would burn. And this is from the 1800s in Arizona.
I had a feeling that it was a
pretty cool, though.
that little round piece was for a candle, but I was like, I don't
See,
know.
what made me think of the candle was
Other
that,
than the candle, but
my grandma has.
Hello,
one of
Annette
those-
Essman.
yeah,
My grandma has one of those candle holders that a long time ago, what they used to do is they put the candle in this holder and they'd turn it to a certain ring, and they would tell their children they had to be home by the time it got down to that ring.
Wow.
But
But if you look at it carefully, it's all forged out of a single piece of square stock.
That's pretty cool.
The
I do think that's cool.
yeah, the guys.
I had a feeling it had to be something with some kind of, or I thought some kind of like railroad or something like that.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that everybody's always finding the railroad ties, or not ties. I said that earlier
Spikes?
too. But the railroad spikes all the time. So I was like, I wonder if it has something to do with that, because those are always being found everywhere.
Yeah.
You guys ever find any date nails?
What?
A date nail.
A date nail?
Yeah.
A nail with the date stamped at the end.
Yeah. On the railroad ties.
I've never seen any.
I've got 2 railroad ties that I picked up off of different railroads, and I never actually seen a date stamped on the end.
Oh, they're just they're nails. They're about the size of a nickel, and they have like the last 2 digits of the year on them.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
That is pretty cool.
So they know when to replace it and to replace the tie.
My uncle worked for the railroad, and we
Speaking of
we
that,
used
I'll
to
show you
look
something
them
cool.
and see if we can find them.
That'd be something to look for.
That's pretty interesting. Put a date on it so that way you know when you put it in.
Yep.
And then you'd be like, yep, that's looking kind of crappy. Let's replace it.
Tom Moore has found a few date nails.
Ah, he knows what I'm talking about. You guys find any spike malls at all? The old hammers that they used to drive spikes in with?
I've seen them laying around the train yard.
I was just wondering if anybody's found on magnet fishing or anything.
That'd be a Claybert question.
Back when I was a very young geologist, I was working in Quebec, the province to the east of Ontario. I got to turn this light on so you can actually see it. But I was walking through the bush, and I knew that I was right on a township line, and between 2 townships, or counties, I guess you call them in the States. And I happened on this old tree that had this bronze tag set on it. And I pulled it off, which is probably against the law. But it says in French, it says Département de Terre et Forêt, which means Department of Lands and Forests, Quebec, province of Quebec, Service Arpentage, which is the survey service, and then it's got H72 GL and 1958.
Oh wow!
On there you go. So 1958. And so I pulled that. That's a bronze tag I pulled off of a tree when I was prospecting in Quebec back in, it was like 92, 93, something like that. And that's from 1958.
They're going to track you down.
They're going to track. Yeah, now that they see it. That's right. The Quebec government.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to speak English over there, so they're going to say, oh, hey, you stole that from us.
Uncle Francois is watching.
Yeah, well, when he calls me up, I'll say, hey, how are your Canadiens doing? They're not doing so good in the hockey, so go fuck them.
Hey, Gold Eagle.
Yes.
See what we Cerakoted?
Let's see. Hold on a second.
Oh,
Got it.
oh, Jesus, Joe, stop. Okay, you do it, Joe.
Someone. Ah.
Oh, what's that? A magazine?
Terracotta magazine.
Yeah.
See, that's what it needs to look like on the tattoo machine.
That's gonna look nice, man.
Dude, she's stoked about this.
It should be there by Monday.
That's for boys at the range that.
What'd you say, Joe?
They're full of hoo-ah, but
It should be there Monday.
All right.
Yeah, she's freaking stoked about the freaking
Yeah. Don't judge me, man. Don't judge me.
all the crazy stuff you can do with Cerakote. She's
Listen, I'm
stoked.
I'm overseeing knives. We know we can do knives. I want to try something new.
Yeah, you can. We've done magazines. I've done some of my personal firearms. We've done knives, cups. Now we're gonna do tattoo machine.
Nah.
And they're gonna be. Hopefully, we're gonna sell a few at the convention.
I think you will. If you tell those tattoo guys that it's Cerakoted, I think you will.
All right, I need to get put on the big screen so I can show Robert something from Rusty Magnets.
Go for it, bud.
Well, I don't have the keys, and both of them are gone. So you're stuck there.
Hold on. What do you need?
The big screen.
I think I seen a
Who wants
video
on the
of
big
that.
screen?
Me.
Jericho.
Like,
All right, Bobby in the basement. This is from Claybert. Oh,
is that from when he went with Badger? I think
No.
I seen one.
those are the things they'd throw on the road so horses would step on them and be lame. I don't know their real name, but they were asking about it in chat.
That's bad for the horses.
Oh, Joe, we got stickers coming.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We'll have to throw in some stickers.
Man, that's like the 8th. Oh, there's an ambulance and like the 8 cop cars just went by. You can take me off big screen now. Nobody's seeing nothing but my hand in the dark.
Teresa should get her stuff tomorrow. She's the one that won that knife on Badger Expiration.
Yeah.
Who'd
She
we
said
lose?
She said she was really excited about it.
I know Rock Miner went away for a minute. I don't know.
Where'd Charlie go?
He lost cell service.
Yeah, he lost service.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Oh. All right, we got everything.
So would we have to tune in for your video, Joe, to see what you got?
Well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to I panned the whole thing, and tomorrow we're going to do a short video on the weighing it up. That's what we're doing. Because I'm going to go through the tailings again tonight, probably. Hanging out, doing nothing on a Friday night. And then we're going to do the big reveal for the weigh up tomorrow on a nice little video. I haven't been able to put any videos out there because I'm doing everything on live stream. I figured let me pan a little on live stream to give some content to the live stream.
Right.
Besides everybody talking in there, and I haven't been making any videos.
There you go.
Well, everybody loves you, Joe.
It's yeah, Jericho. The word you were looking for was caltrop, as Bobby in the basement says.
Thank you.
Caltrop is.
Are you swinging by tomorrow on ours, Joe?
Yeah, I'll be around tomorrow. What time are you going? What time is that? You going to do the reveal?
Yeah, 7.
Oh yeah, sure.
7 p.m. Eastern, or
It's not noon.
7 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, 7 p.m. Eastern. You're on our time, aren't you, Rock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have to admit that today's been a very special day because I've heard all kinds of different versions of my name.
7 instead of at noon.
But
No.
I thought you were
The
doing
Rock
it.
Crusher.
I got earlier today it was Rock Whacker, and just now when I was off taking a leak with my microphone muted, I got called the Rock Miner by Mr. Saracote. So
See, now he's getting his snackies.
I'm gonna have to. I don't know. I might have to like generate about 10 different channels: Rock Buster, Rock Miner, Rock
Salty Magnet Fishers in the
Rock
house.
Whacker, Rock.
Did I call you Rock Miner?
You called me Rock Miner, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice.
He is a rock miner, though.
I am. You weren't wrong.
Well, I guess it's better than
Okay.
what my autocorrect did.
Okay,
Bobby.
let me explain to
What?
you because I don't think Bobby's never. Oh, you've never heard it, and Bobby's never heard it.
Rusty, we'll get you up in here in a minute.
The reason why I have the tag Rock Butcher is because when I was a very young mine geologist, I got involved with a mine where it was geology control. A lot of mines are engineering control, right? The geologists tell them where the ore is, and then the miners just go do it, and they follow lines on a map. But at that mine, it was geologists telling, no, you go this way, go this way, go this way. And I had a really hard time following the veins. So the miners would, I had to give them direction. I'd say, okay, you're going to drill this way, blast that. And then I'd show up, after the blast, and it's like, oh shit, screw this up, and now we got to turn this way. And of course, at the same time, they've got to drill bolts and they got to put screen up on the back and to make the thing safe so that they can drill again, right? And every time I make a mistake and they blast in a different direction, it blows all that screen out, that all the work that they've done before is all blasted away. And it's just, and it's like, so it's a big problem. And so the way it all started was we were at a team meeting one time, and my boss, he looked at me and he's like, man, he says, you are just one bad rock butcher. Like, just, and the name stuck. I've been known by that ever since. So that's how that came about anyway.
See, Rusty's back in the house.
I'm much better at it now than I was before.
Yeah.
I refuse to go by the name Rock Doctor. So yeah, it took me a few years to learn it. But
if you've ever seen Family Guy, can we call you Rock Lobster?
no, that'd be there's another one to add to the list: Rock Butcher, Rock Buster, Rock Miner, Rock Ranker, Rock
Rock
Lobster.
Lobster. Oh
No.
man, then we lost Rusty.
I hate rock lobsters.
Where'd Jericho go?
Rock lobsters a poor substitute. Rusty's in the house. There we go.
Oh, there it is.
There's the caltrop.
Yeah. So I remember watching a video with you guys, and I thought it was with you and Badger, like you guys found one or something, didn't you?
Yeah, we found, so there's 3 known types in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
The one that looks like a star, which is this one.
Yeah.
Then there's going to be one that's a little bit more roundish, which is this one.
Mm-hmm. That one looks more deadly.
And then there's this one.
Oh man, that's a big boy.
What state are you in?
I'm in Wisconsin.
Okay, because the ones they find down south, like let's say in the Gulf states, they're a lot more fatter, robust.
Yeah.
not so pointy. It's skinny.
I mean, it's all it's got to do is get into the bottom of the hoof between.
Yeah. Just anything
So,
that
I
makes
mean-
the horse stumble and fall, and hopefully
Exactly.
break a
I mean,
leg,
it's-
break who's kill who's ever on the horse or
Yep.
maim them.
Hey, Gold Eagle, here's something for you.
There's a cannonball.
Oh yeah.
We got a couple different size ones. These are all grape shots.
Yep.
I don't think
we
that's
got
a grape shot. I think that's a cannonball.
We got all different stuff on here. Sorry, Stella. No.
That's too big to be grape shot, man.
That's what Joe wants. Joe wants the cannonball.
Right.
We got it. This is by far one of my favorite finds right here. So it's an old bayonet.
Yeah.
What the hell bayonet model is that?
I think it's
I don't recognize it.
Hold on.
Our dog hears the dog on the computer, and she comes running in here like, "Whoa, what's going on?"
So if there is a squirrel that walks through our front yard, our dog's going nuts.
Oh yeah, ours is a rabbit. Every time when there's a rabbit just sitting, even if it's across the street, like way out, she sees it and she's freaking out. I'm like, dude, chill out.
We've got, we got some old stuff here too. Like this is an old tobacco rolling thing that Jen found. It's an old elephant.
Wow.
That is really cool.
See, that's why he wanted his knife to look patinaed so he could just put it on that shelf.
Never seen a horseshoe like this either.
No, that's really cool.
Looks like ice chains for a horse.
Yeah. It's ice wolf.
Is it the same size as a horseshoe?
Yeah.
Okay.
So here is, I don't know if you guys can really see this. I'm just kind of working with horrible light here. Here's a regular shoe. And then here's like ice hoof.
You know what? That's maybe
Looks like one for Clydesdale.
or an
Yeah.
ox. What about an ox?
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be an auction one.
Yep. That's what I was gonna say.
It's what the
That's
it's
very
what the
cool.
White Walkers use.
The White Walkers.
I had to let my
And
I
they
had to
got
let my nerd show.
the oxen. They got the oxen to pull the real big heavy trains.
Old now.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's an old one.
You need attention.
Someone needs attention.
Yeah, my dog does.
There's a few things I can't really show on here. Well, I can, but like not really show on here, but I'm not going to. But this is a picaroon that the old loggers used to use.
What is that?
Log pit.
It's a log. It's a picaroon.
Oh.
So grab
Yeah.
the logs and roll
Yeah, we got old stuff too, like super old stuff.
Oh man, that's really cool.
This is an old sardine can.
Oh wow.
them. American sardines. It says right on it.
We got old shoe forms too. Then, like old, we found this one. It's like
Wow.
a baby shoe.
That's cool.
And then we got some other ones too that are a little bit bigger. We found. Remember the old like the train stations used to have like a conductor that would have the change counter.
Oh, the change counter.
Yep.
I remember those things on waitresses at drive-up
Yeah.
restaurants.
Yeah.
Don't talk
Yeah.
about train stations.
Yeah.
When you used
Jen
to go
found
to
those.
A&W and get it served
Yeah.
on the window, I'm dating myself here now, but you roll the window down and you got that little tray on the side of your window.
Yeah.
Yep.
And she went,
Yep.
and gave you your change. Yeah.
So
We used to have
Wow.
them, the bus drivers used to have them.
Yeah.
here's an old jaw harp.
Oh yeah! Wow.
Sweet.
I think my dad's got one of those. I think he found one of those when he was searching for arrowheads.
I have no clue what this
Cool.
is. We think that this is for like a candle. You can hold it like for a candle.
I could see that.
Or a candle snuffer.
That's
Yeah.
might be.
Or a snuffer.
And then I'm trying to think too. Our coins and stuff. We found a bunch of old coins and a lot of old. Oh, Jen found this too. This was pretty cool.
What?
Oh, a cameo.
Cameo, yeah.
I always thought those were
that
so
wasn't
pretty.
magnetic. How the hell did she find that?
That was a metal detecting find. So some of these are going to be our metal detecting finds. And these are going to be like our bottle collections that we found bottle digging. So this one is.
So how was the cameo a metal detecting find?
Because of the case around the outside.
Oh, I couldn't see the case on the outside.
The case on the outside of this is metal.
Oh, okay. It looks the same. Looks the same color as. Yeah. Okay, I get you.
Yep.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
That's really
And
cool.
then I'm trying to think, we got different bottles. We have like the old. You guys know what these are, the little ones.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got like our. This is like your all, or 3-in-1. This is 3-in-1. And then this one is from. This one's from New York, it says on the side of it. And it still actually had the top on it when we found this one.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Okay, that's an old syrup bottle right there.
Yeah, we found, I don't even know. I'm just trying to think, like, we have so many different things.
That's really neat. That's an awesome collection.
Oh yeah.
Like, this isn't even all of our stuff that we've actually found. We have more stuff that hasn't been cleaned up yet.
You ever thought of going to a museum and showing them? Because I know, like, at least here in Canada, if you go and donate stuff to a museum, ask them what they want. Say, look, this is what I got. What do you guys? They'll get people to come out and actually look at it, and then they'll put a money value on that, and they'll give you a tax rebate certificate. So when you go to file your income tax, you get that extra certificate to take that right off your.
Yeah, we did. We actually have, and believe it or not, the museum didn't want our stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Really?
Yep, they didn't want our stuff. So when we went to the museum, they had a whole like thing about grape shots and stuff like that. And the smaller ones that we found are grape shots, and the other one is a cannonball. Mm-hmm. But we found 10.3 pound. These are little, like 1.5 pound ones. But the museum's like, no, we don't want them. I'm like, well, do you guys want the caltrops? No, because there's no Civil War battle ever in Wisconsin. So the stuff that we ended up finding, these caltrops and stuff, have been.
Oh no!
What happened? I've been. And he fat thumbed it.
And next week.
I know.
Here he is.
We lost you. Like intrigued, and then we're like, oh.
They have been, and.
But it's just they don't want the stuff. Which like we found. So we found these old gears that were part of the sawmill from back in the day with like the logging area, because Wisconsin, like the Fox River that runs through Wisconsin, was very big for logging. That's why we find a lot of logging tools, axes, picks, pickaroons, log pushers, and stuff like that. And we've showed them this stuff. Like I said, we found that these gears, and the big one that we have is actually a bandsaw gear and wheel where the blade would ride on it. It's probably 3 or 4 feet round with a big gear on it. And the museum in Oshkosh where we found it has a wooden one of it up on their display of it.
I saw that video.
Yeah, they have a wooden one. And I'm like, we have the real one sitting in our front yard, like kind of like a little, it's got all the big industrial gears that we found. And we're like, hey, we can put what these gears are too. You guys have them, but the ones that you guys have are wood. We have the authentic ones. Do you guys want them? We don't want nothing for them. Do you guys want them? And they don't want nothing. I've contacted the historical society. I've contacted like all the chain of commands
Oshkosh Memorabilia Club, everything, and nobody wants the stuff.
It's funny as hell because, like, like this last summer, we did. I did it was a lithium job, and we were prospecting, but in the area that we were prospecting, it was an old POW camp where German prisoners of war from the Second World War had been, and there were several different campsites in the area, and the geologists were coming home every day with backpacks full of really cool whiskey bottles and medicine bottles and stuff like that, and mason jars. I mean, there's mason jars. Some of them, they took mason jars back down. The lids are all rusted out and everything, but you can buy another lid. And they were bringing mason jars back, and they're like, "Frig, we're going to use these for pickling this fall," you know. And as soon as they started putting photos of those out, there was this archaeologist that jumped on the company and said, "Hey, you guys can't be doing this because this is archaeological evidence." And the company backed up all of a sudden, and they were like, "Oh my God," you know, like, okay, get this. They said, all those bottles, you have to go and put all those bottles back in the spot you found them. And we're all out there in the field going like, "You see this?" And because we're going to have to go in and do an investigation. And we're like, this is from the end of World War II. Shut the anyway, but so you get, on the one hand, you get archaeologists that are going, "Oh my God, this is so important." And on the other hand, like you say, you're finding all this wonderful stuff all the way back to the Civil War, and the museums don't even want to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's one more thing I forgot too that we found actually magnet fishing. It's an old fire extinguisher.
That is really cool.
That's wicked. That's big money. That's big money right there.
Jen cleaned it up, dude. She cleaned it up so good. Like,
dude, it looks new.
I had to buy a hose for it, but
that's big money right there.
Oh, where am I going? There we go. There's the hose. I ended up having to buy a hose for it, but yeah, Jen cleaned it up. This thing was rusted completely out. Try that going. There we go. But yeah, we found that, and I about lost it when I found that. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I'm like, I told her, like, we got to clean this up. So, and she cleaned it up. Like, we've got stuff, like, we have integrated stuff into our house that's magnet fishing finds and stuff. Like, we have our whole cabinet over here. But
yeah, it's interesting that Rock Butcher said something about World War II, because a while back, her father actually asked me if I wanted to see some of his dad's old stuff. And I was like, yeah, sure. And I go in there and I find this old leather pouch, and in it is a what looks like an old Luger. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's pretty neat. And I turn it over, and it's stamped one time with the Nazi eagle.
With the what?
A Nazi eagle.
This would be a German Luger.
Yep.
I have one gun here that we were able to keep out of all the ones that we found. Actually, we have 2 or 3 that are pretty old. The one that I have is I don't know if you guys ever heard of C Sharp, the pepper box pistol.
Yeah.
It's a 4-barrel 22. And I found that. I thought it was a rock. It still has the wood on it. It's from, they say, like, the date on it is from 1859.
Wow.
And it's still in really good shape. Like, Jen, like, when she was cleaning it up, she did kind of crush the front barrel a little bit because of how brittle it was. But it's about 90% intact.
Yeah, I showed you the one I have.
Yeah, Brad, I've still got my great uncle's jungle carbine, Lee Enfield 303, and I use that for deer hunting. And he brought that back from the Second World War. It got passed on to my dad, and then my dad passed it on to me. And he was a Chindit in Burma, and he used to shoot Japanese with it, and I shoot deer with it, and it kills them just as clean as it killed any Japanese soldier. So
Nice.
He's got
that bayonet, I think, is from an infield rifle because I found that bayonet and I found a Enfield.
That's not an Enfield bayonet, I guarantee you.
No, okay, because that's what.
He's got gold in the pan.
No, that's the ridge down the middle of it. Says to me that is something different.
Nice, Joe.
That's a lot of gold, Joe.
Nice.
Send me a picture of that bayonet, would you?
Okay. Yeah, I can do that for you.
And a couple of different angles on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll get. I got a buddy of mine that's more into sort of the military than I am, and maybe we can find an answer for you.
Okay.
Yeah,
we have like one. Oh, I wish I can't show you because it's in a box. The other box, so half of it is a gun, and the other half is a knife. And this knife that Jen found was completely covered with zebra mussels. She cleaned it up, linseed oil the handle, cleaned it up, and on the handle, what does that knife say on the blade? It says Tiger Shark on it. That knife right there. It should say Tiger Shark.
All right, guys. Well, it looks like we've been here for time flies when you're having fun, but we've been here for 2.5 hours already.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so let's get to it, Joe.
Well, I'm not going to weigh all this yet. You've seen what I got out of it, right? Where is it? There it is. That's not too bad.
It's got that tiny stuff.
Wow.
It's good.
And we're going to go through the tailings later, probably. But for now, I guess we're all full in the house here, right? Everybody, we got 6 people still in here. But there's only 8 people watching. I know people have gone over to other shows to see what's happening on a Friday night. And I'm going to end up, I got to go see what's happening upstairs. I think my wife made me dinner, and I kind of sloughed it off, and she's mad at me now. But I was in the middle of panning gold. What can I do?
That's right.
That's cool, Joe. We'll see you tomorrow, buddy.
Yeah, I'm going to end up shutting it down over here. Anybody wants to stay, they're more than likely, more than welcome to stay in the back room. We'll be in there for a while. But with that, Salty Magnets, how you doing? I didn't get a chance to talk to anybody in chat there. I was very busy, as you can see, but I apologize for that.
No, it was all good. Joe, we kept each other occupied while you were panning it out and cleaning it out, and we've all seen a million videos of everybody slowly sluicing water through their pan, and this was a great episode, man.
Joe's got the steadiest freaking hands, though.
I don't know how. I don't know why that is. I don't know.
Attention to detail. If you were a mechanic working on stuff, attention to detail. That's
there you go. All right, so I'm gonna end it up, and we'll see you all real soon. I'm glad to see you drop by and show your support. I appreciate that. Everybody in the chat. Maybe if we get enough gold out of the tailings, maybe next week we'll give some of it away.
Oh boy!
So hopefully I'll see you next week or throughout my travels. And everybody take care, stay safe, and hope you find lots of shinies in the bottom of your pan.
Right.
Good night, all.
All right. Good night, YouTube.
Good night now.